We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where the passport bros. We'll like to welcome you to everything there is to know. This is our life, this is our time, where this is the passport bro. Whoa, I had feedback. Was that me? Okay, I think we're
Oh no.
back. Okay. Oh, well. Oh, okay. Hold on. There's okay audio problems. What's going on there? All right, let me try and fix that. What the? Hold on, yeah. What the flip?
Hi everyone. It looks like AI just took out international passport, so you're stuck with me. Oh well, what can we do? And so Keisha's AI bot finally got IP. Oh well, we gotta we gotta hope for the best for the future. What are we gonna do now? We're stuck on our own. I told him not to go back to the UK, but no, he decided to go back, and now
Keisha.
Keisha's AI bot just knocked out IP. There we go. Right.
Ah, bro, I knew you say Keisha, bro. Flipping heck.
Exactly. See, she's making that, the super lethal bot, right? She's going after you, right? I mean, like, we're doing our best, boy. Sorry, we're doing our best, bro. Sorry, we're doing our best, bro. So, what more can I say?
Awesome. Shout out to Theo. So let's get straight into it. So brothers, first and foremost, as you come in, like the video, that'd be greatly appreciated. Make sure you definitely join the Kick and the Twitch. I'm preparing to do the Germany and Spain streams. And don't you worry, I've got a lot of content from Germany and Spain that I'll be clipping and posting on the channel about my time in Ibiza and Munich. Okay. Had a great time in those two cities and countries. Loved it. And I'll be posting intel on that very soon and clips. So make sure you join the Kick and the Twitch. Kick Twitch, okay? Please join that for to get those streams straight to you, okay, in the future. Aside from that, though, okay, throughout tonight, please like the video. Please hit the super chats. Please cop the merch. Show support. That'd be greatly appreciated. Join the Patreon too for intel on stocks, crypto, and foreign women. If you're trying to join the Patreon on your iOS iPhone app, it may be a problem. So go on patreon.com, the actual website itself. Search my username, International Passport. The link is also pinned going down your phone and sign up via the web if you're trying to do that through iPhone at the moment. Okay. So I've just posted the Kick link on the chat, and I posted the Twitch link on the chat as well. So you make sure you go and follow me on Twitch and Kick. We're planning some big streams on there. Spain and Germany, okay, on Twitch and Kick, straight to your doorstep, okay? So aside from that though, okay, hope everyone's doing good. We're here for another future classic live stream, okay? So let's get straight into it, all right? So the title of this stream, as you can see, is called What Impact Will Artificial Intelligence, AI, have on the future of passport bros and humanity, okay? Now, unless you've been living under a rock, okay, AI has been the hot topic over the past 2 years, ever since OpenAI came in the building and crushed it with ChatGPT, okay, and all these other tool sets, okay? So we're human beings, we're passport bros, and we must always be thinking about the future, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. I'm sure you saw Elon Musk debut a self-driving car and robots in the We Robot conference just around 2 weeks ago. So the future is coming rapidly, okay? And we need to prepare for that. We need to exploit that. We need to benefit from that. And we also need to be aware of the negatives that may come with artificial intelligence, okay? So me and Theo have come up with several points where we're going to discuss how AI will affect us as passport bros and others, right, in the world, okay, that will follow on. Okay, so let me share my screen to an article. Okay, and how about we talk about jobs first? Okay, because we're IT space here. We're IT bros. We are tech bros, and we push that heavily for brothers to get out the matrix. Now, obviously, join my Python course coming very soon, Q4, Q1 2025 or Q4 2024, and be on the lookout for Theo's cloud course, which I'm sure Theo will let us know in the future when he'll take in more people. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen over here. Share screen, and I've got an article here. Okay, and this article speaks about AI and jobs. Okay, and I think the main point here is that people are worried about what can AI do to my job. Okay, could AI take my job? Should I be worried about being an IT bro and and doing and AI coming in the future? So I've got an article here that says here jobs which are most likely to be automated with AI. Okay, so you can see here it says here number 1, customer service representative. Number 2, receptionist. Number 3, accountants, bookkeepers. Okay. Number 4, salespeople. Number 5, research and analysis jobs. Number 6, warehouse work jobs. Number 7, insurance underwriting. Number 8, retail. So this article is telling us here that these 8 jobs are jobs where AI could automate these jobs and take jobs away from this industry. I don't see no IT here. Theo, what's your thoughts here on this particular topic here at this point?
Customer service representative, that's already in there, largely speaking. That's why we can't talk to a human. We have to try to figure out what button to click on and actually talk to someone. So humans are still necessary. Just about 90% of all inquiries can be done through AI. Receptionist, yep. AI will work. Although it's not going to be the best because, let's just face it, you put a cute blonde as your receptionist, people want to go to your office. Okay. Accountants and bookkeepers, you can't totally do that with accounting because you have to have someone who can, how can I say, take responsibility for the filing to the government for taxes. So a lot of the accounting for actually filing taxes is going to be necessary. And however, for putting your input for your expenses, things like that, oh yeah, AI could do that. Bookkeepers could do that. Salespeople, I wouldn't say that necessarily because a lot of sales is built through human connection and friendships. So I wouldn't say maybe 25% could be done through AI, but the rest of 75% is going to be with human beings. Research and analysis. This is to some degree. I would say this: AI would enhance research and analysis. It wouldn't replace it. What for human beings? No. Warehouse work. I've already seen this in Auston, to be honest. So here in Auston, there is an Amazon warehouse which is entirely powered by AI. Apparently, that's why I've heard about the pipeline. Yeah, so they use humans for delivery. Insurance underwriting. Yep. Big time. That's AI's going to take that out. Yeah. Retail. Yep. Unbelievable level of retail. AI taking out retail. You can already see that through Amazon.com. Through sites. Yeah. That's retail is a thing of the past.
So when we go on further from here, right? Okay, it says here, which jobs will not be replaced by AI? We have teachers, we have lawyers and judges, we have directors, managers, and CEOs. We have HR managers. Okay, we have psychologists and psychiatrists. We have surgeons. Okay, and we have computer system analyst, right? And I want to pinpoint here because IT would fall under here. And this comes to our point where we're going to link IT with artificial intelligence and tech, right? There's been some talk here that is AI coming after IT jobs? Is AI coming after tech jobs? I would say no. Okay, it's not gonna happen. Okay, I feel you want to go first, FB, as to why you believe why it won't happen?
It's not going to go after AI. It won't go after tech jobs because the goal has got to be defined and usually is subjective. It's not just something you can go out and copy and paste or figure out with a little bit of rules. You have to have some sort of brain power. Now, in very much the big jobs that are going to be in demand are going to be, for example, the AI security engineers, the AI architects. Those guys are going to be making money hand over fist, and that's what I'm going into personally. So there's the guys who actually design the AI, implement it, do that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, they're making money.
Facts, absolute facts, bro. So, in fact, I believe that AI is going to actually enrich the IT industry and the tech industry a great deal, and in fact, it will actually help create more jobs and actually help IT professionals do their jobs a lot more easier, right, and a lot more streamlined. Okay, so now it comes to our point here: how can brothers take advantage of AI within the workspace and jobs in general, IT and tech, right? We keep pushing that, but IT and tech, you want to be in that industry when the AI boom truly takes off, which in my opinion will be around 5 years from now, because Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they're investing in nuclear centers now to power AI, which is crazy. So that means they'll be using that quite a lot, and they'll be powering a lot of AI data through those nuclear centers. We're seeing Elon Musk debut self-driving cars and robots, and I think that will be ready, in my opinion, 5 years from now. He's saying 2 years from now, that's cap. No, at least 5 years from now, we're going to see something ready. Okay, so that's when the boom will truly kick off, and we want black men, right, to be in the IT industry and the tech industry to be ready for that. So I wouldn't worry about AI affecting tech jobs. Actually, it's going to actually make things a lot more easier for us and increase jobs within tech. What's your thoughts there, Theo?
Yeah, so I agree with you on a lot of these points. So, I mean, do you already have self-driving cars in your city?
No, I know they have in Auston, California, San Francisco, right, with Waymo.
Yeah.
Google, right?
Yeah. So Waymo, I mean, they're definitely here. So at night, you see them going out, and I understand what they're doing. They're building their LLM, and they're taking a lot of data, and basically, they're just having these cars go out, and they have their cameras out, and they're getting a lot of information, and they drive in circles in order to improve their functionality. And I've actually tested it a few times. I've actually stepped out in front of one of them to see whether or not they could try to kill me or not. And they stopped. They recognized that I was there. They didn't kill me. So I've seen it more. I mean, I've seen it quite a number of times at night. So they're still doing the studies for this, but my point is, oh yeah, this is going to happen without a doubt. So basically, like Uber, that kind of stuff, that's going to be in deep trouble in the future. Your taxi drives going to be in big trouble as well. I don't even know how I see deliveries. They're going to have human beings only because they have to have someone who gets out of the car and puts the delivery in front of the actual house. That's it. If they can get a robot to do it, a lot of deliveries would just be gone. That kind of makes sense, right? So they're getting rid of a lot of jobs. Yeah. But in terms of IT and in terms of where we're at, I would say this is the time to get in. You want to be in position. You want to get these projects in, and you want to be in a good position. I will say this though, a lot of women's jobs are going to be annihilated.
But hold on there, Theo, right? If we scroll up here, right, we can see woman. Sorry, if we see it over here, right? I would say woman job. Woman, definitely a woman job over here. Woman job here, absolutely. Theo, do you want to expand on these woman jobs that will get taken away by AI, bro?
So the customer service representative, yep, that's largely being replaced right now. Service call jobs, yep, stuff like that. Oh yeah, receptionists, yep. Accountant, bookkeepers. I don't know what the real demographic is on that one, but that's definitely being affected. Let's go ahead and scroll down, and let's get to the next one. So research, salespeople, to some degree, a lot of. I think the men who are salespeople who maintain the relationships, so I'll always have a job. But if you're not doing that now, it's not going to happen. And then the last two, insurance writing, that is, so many women are in that. And then retail, that's gone. Retail, I think, is like 90% women. I don't see that lasting. I really don't. You have, well, I mean, the dearth of malls in both the United States and the UK, right? You should be facing that as well. Like, why go to a mall when you can just click a button and have it delivered in 2 days? Right? It just doesn't make sense. That's what I do. I do almost all my shopping online. In fact, my grocery shopping, I do that. So, I mean, it just makes sense. I mean, these kind of jobs are definitely going to be removed. So women are going to be affected first.
And yeah, that's facts there, Theo. And we know that these techie jobs women don't like because it's hard for them. They want to be in the office with the air cooler on, just typing garbage emails and going out for drinks after with their colleagues. They don't really want to do hard work like brothers do and men do in the office. So what I'm saying here is that men need to get into these tech industry right now, IT tech, because if things will pop up in 2029, right, which is what I'm predicting, from now up until 2029, that's 5 years experience. That's a lot of experience that no one can take away from you. Okay, and experience is a very important factor when going for these AI jobs in the future. They want to know that you've had that hands-on tech experience or you've worked with tech yourself. So this is essentially a 5-year plan from now, where you know where the future is heading. A smart man, a wise man always thinks 5 years ahead, 10 years ahead, 15 years ahead, 20 years ahead. Where's the future going? The future is going to AI. Because if Google, Amazon, and Microsoft are investing billions within AI, definitely we're going towards AI. Billions of dollars. So we need to make sure that we can prepare for that. Get this money, get this job security, get these gains, be abroad, and be these AI experts, right? In that right field.
Yeah, you're going to want to get into it as soon as you possibly can. But I think, guys are talking about this in the chat right now. They're like, how can I get into it? You don't just walk into AI. It takes quite a while. So, I mean, I personally studied AI for 1 year before I got into it. And I was studying it from every perspective I possibly could. And I was like, okay, I understand how this works. Well, I have 20 years of IT experience. And then I had to take a year just to study AI by in and of itself and try to get my skill set up ready for it. You don't just go, it's not point and click and I can just do AI right now. If that were true, AI would be doing AI, to be honest. It's not that easy. You have to do quite a lot of work. So, for example, you're a Python guy. You have to do Python for a base minimum, because you need to go into PyTorch and TensorFlow. So they can be Python for that. You need to know databases to some degree. You need to know about how to create LLMs. You need to make specialized LLMs for customers, right? And you need to know how to do a guardrail. So which data to remove and which data to keep. And then you need to have some sort of mathematical probability about which is like more likely, which outcome is more likely to occur, and how AI should actually choose one versus another based upon mathematical probability. That's a lot of work. That's not something that you do in an afternoon. So it's work. That's why I say to you guys, if you want to do AI, you should be thinking, how can you be working in AI and say like 2028? That's realistic. Like 2027, 2028, if you start now, how can you get into it? Because it's the learning curve is quite huge.
Facts. And this is why me and Theo are teaching brothers IT, right? Because a lot of these AI models are actually being run on the cloud, on AWS cloud, or on GCP on Azure, and Theo teaches cloud. And a lot of AI is written in Python. OpenAI, the actual tool itself, right, is actually, some of it is written in Python. Okay, so me and Theo are teaching you, right, the future, which is why I'm saying join my next Python course, Q4, okay, 2024, right? Maybe end of this year, or at the very least, or at the very most, sorry, the beginning of next year in 2025. I may go on a break and travel and get content for you brothers. I'll see what happens there. And Theo will be teaching cloud again and taking new people. So we are graciously, right, using our free time to teach brothers, and we don't have to do it. Okay, but we care for the advancement and the progression of brothers, and we are seeing results from our students, okay, who are taking our courses. Okay, so now, Theo, anyone on this part before I go into the next part in regards to AI?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, awesome. So the next point here, right, is, right, I want to talk about, when it comes to AI, right, I want to talk about how brothers can profit of AI. Okay, and I'll tell you why that's important, right? Because now let's go back 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Okay, we have the electronic vehicles being talked about. I remember, by the US government, by the world. We want to move away from oil, protect the environment. And I remember there was talk about EVs, electronic vehicles. And many years ago, Tesla was at what, $10, $5, and all these other EV stocks. Okay, now you look at Tesla. Okay, it's at over $200. So if you invested in Tesla back then, thinking that in the future, I think Tesla will produce EV cars, and it will hold some good market share. If you invest quite a substantial amount, 6 figures, perhaps $1 million or over. Okay, so what I'm saying here is that brothers need to profit off this future AI boom, and it starts from thinking about right now. Okay, Theo, what's your thoughts about that, brother? Profiting and making money off AI.
Oh, of course, you're going to be making, you got to think about the business model. You got to think about what the value add is. So what you're trying to do with AI is, what I always say is, you want to catch the pattern that you can't catch normally. So basically, you're trying, okay, you have a way that you're thinking in your brain, and we can't understand everything. We try, but we can't understand everything. And so what you're trying to do is find something that you're trying to find a pattern that to you is invisible. And if you can find that pattern, great. So that's how you need to be training your models, basically, in AI, to find something that which you don't find, or to be repeating a pattern which is easily repeatable, and that you can put guardrails into in order to make sure that it's done correctly. At that point, AI, oh yeah, it rules. There's some other purposes for AI where I talk a little bit more in the show, but I mean, in a nutshell, that's what you're really going for.
Facts. So making money off AI. Okay. So what does that mean? This means that you want to be investing in the right stocks, the right cryptos, the right businesses that are poised, right, to make AI boom. Okay. In the future. Okay.
I'd say
Now,
it's hold on. It's a little bit more than that. Wait, let me go in here and comment on this one.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
what companies need are custom LLMs for custom problems or services within their company. So, if you can do the customization of an LLM for them, and in a way that they own it, and then they can maintain the data structure, that's where you get the big money. And when I'm talking about big money, we're talking easily like one guy, a business-to-business contract being worth around $400,000 a year. So that's where it starts. So on a practical point, you guys as engineers, you guys should be focusing really on the LLMs and how to produce them, and then how to make them specialized for customers. That's why I'm doing. I mean, my desire is to make a company for AI by next year, and it's going to be focusing specifically on this area.
Facts. So aside from that, feel right now, the stock market, the crypto market is where brothers can make money from AI. And what I mean by that is you want to invest in companies now that will recoup profits 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now. So what does that mean? So there's a stock called NVIDIA, NVDA, the stock ticker, okay, which is a company that generates computer chips, or should I say AI chips, okay? So NVIDIA has increased by over 1,000% in the last 2 years, okay? So what does that mean? Now, talk about AI. AI popped off, right, realistically, when OpenAI came out with its products, okay? And there was some talks about it in, let's say, mid-2021, okay? So if you were someone that thought, hey, I think AI from 2021 up until, let's say, 2026, I think there'll be a mini boom. I think AI will start making some progression there. And you bought NVIDIA stock, right? You desayed in every month from there up until now. You'd be up over 1,000%. And we're not even started yet in AI. We are still in the beginning stages. Okay, we're still waiting for Elon Musk to complete his robot monster. Self-driving cars has to be still worked on. So imagine when all these things are actually perfected, right? Stocks will go flying off the roof. Okay, so that means if you're investing now in certain stocks or cryptos and you're DCing in for the next 2 years, the next 3 years, the next 4 years, next 5 years, you can make some incredible gains. It's all about being patient and having a long-term goal. Okay? What's your thoughts there, Theo?
Okay, so NVIDIA, like again, in the manosphere, we have this idea of women only waiting at the finish line for the winners, and NVIDIA would be one of those winners. So if you get NVIDIA stock right now, you're not going to get 1,000% increase in return on investment in the next 2 years. And you're not going to even get 100 times. There really is a limitation to the amount of money you're going to make with it. So I would say, look at penny stock. Look at AI companies that are involved with that have penny stock. And penny stock is pretty much like what it states. It's basically stock that is under $1 a share. And you want to go look at some companies that are promising, but don't have a return right now, but they're very promising. You want to look at those companies, look at what they're doing, and see if they have basically the right stuff. They just haven't hit it big yet. If you can find those companies and have the correct ingredients, go invest there. Because then if that stock increases by 100 or 1,000, and within 5 years, you're going to make out like a bandit. You're going to be super rich. So that's where you want to go.
So let me share my screen over here, okay? Let me just pull up the gains the video did in the last several years. Present, share screen IP, and let me share screen to Google over here, okay? So you can see here, right? Look at this, right? This is NVIDIA, okay? If I go back, let's say a year, okay? So look at that. NVIDIA, obviously, this is a stock split. Let's go back 5 years. Let's go back 5 years, okay? Yeah. So let's say, right, okay, so OpenAI, right, I think that dropped at the end of 2021, beginning of 2022, okay? And it's NVIDIA was trading at $22 per share. And you come across this stock because it was well known back then that they were building chips for AI before, you know, we saw the true value of NVIDIA's chips in around 2023, where it started moving up, okay? And you bought a couple stocks here, right? February 2022, and you DC'd every month, just putting in money in. It went down a bit, it went up, but you're DCing in, okay? And let's say you've eventually DC'd up to, let's say, 10 grand, right? From here to here, okay? So you've got 10 grand invested, okay? With an average, let's say, 20, 30, 35 dollars per share, or let's say $30 per share, okay? And look here right now, it has more than tripled, right, over the last 2 years, okay, to where it is now at 143.7. Yep. This has a market cap of 3.53 trillion, quite high, okay? So obviously, $100 trillion company, very unlikely. That's insane, okay? But what we can say here is that could this 5x in the next 5-10 years? I think so. Okay, I definitely think so. Okay,
yeah, so it could 5x. I mean, but it's only 5x. So I mean, I would say, like on your portfolio, again, we're not financial advisors. We're giving we're giving unprofessional advice. If you guys actually want to do trade stocks, go to a professional licensed dealer. Okay, we'll say that real quick to make sure we don't get sued. But basically, the way that I would do it is I would keep part, like invest in NVIDIA, sure, but only part. That would be a conservative part of your portfolio. If it's going to be like 5 or 6 times, that's cute. What you want is to get a company that's down at that zero part. That's going from that nearly zero to $250 in 5 years. That's where the money is. That's where you establish yourself. So if you put $10,000 into that kind of company and say, hey, like, you don't need that $10,000, you know, if you lose it, you don't care. And then if it goes from, you know, under $1 a share to $250 a share in a 5-year time period, because it broke through, you're in, man. And yeah, that's your reparations payment right there. I mean, you'd be doing pretty well, right? You'd be making some money. Again, like, look at Bitcoin for me. You know, if you were talking about when Bitcoin was $20,000, a coin, and then got to 60,000, you're talking about 3. I got it before it was $10 a share. So my multiplier is huge. You're wanting to get something where the multiplier is going to be massive for you. So in the video, that's a cute one to get for retirement, and that I would get some of it. So let's say that I had $10,000 to invest. I would put $1,000 into the video. Only 1,000. The rest I would be putting into like these AI companies that are just starting out, that are looking pretty promising. Because all you need to do is get one of them to do, for example, under $1 to $100, and they're a share split. You're set. That's it. I mean, you're making the money. Then you're going to be in a very good position.
Facts, absolute fact. But for you know, those are hard to find. You know, these penny stocks, ones that I will do well. There's many out there, and only few get to to high places. So again, but that's brothers to research and hope for the best. So yeah, so there's money to be made, brothers. You know, in this AI game, be the long game. If you're DCA, you're patient, do your research, and you want to be investing in future markets. So the future was EVs. If you bought Tesla back in, let's say, 2019, 2018, wait 5 years to now, we made some nice gains. You bought Tesla even before 2019, let's say in 2015 or 2014, you should be retired, in my opinion. You should be retired, you know? So again, foresight, you know, look at industries that are coming and invest in it, okay? There's actually other industries, right, that are there to invest in. I'm currently writing an article about that will post on the Patreon. I won't say it here, but go on the Patreon and check out my what I research and post on there. I spoke about a crypto stock the other month, and if you check the crypto yesterday, it popped off. Okay, and if you're on the Patreon, you know what crypto I was talking about. Okay, and you're very happy in the in my Python class on Sunday. This isn't a game here, brothers. Think about the future. All right, go on. If you want to say something, bro.
No, I agree. Like, you just have to have a long-term strategy, and I would say, like, go out and just even work extra jobs so they can do that investment, because this is going to be worth it long term. Like, so this AI is the real one. This is going to make a lot of money, like an incredible amount of money. Like, so if you invest it correctly, I mean, some of you want to, if you get $1 million, you want to retire. I think that's a little too soon to retire. I would say like $10 or $15 million, and then I'm actually bored. Then maybe I'll retire. But you know, you can get there's a lot of opportunities out there. I'd say go do company research. Talk to the groups. We've got groups of guys, right? So exchange ideas with people. Try to figure out what would be good. Again, another company we're talking about is SpaceX. I mean, look at what SpaceX is doing. They I think they just launched in 1 week. They launched 6 rockets.
Yep.
Unheard of.
They even called rocket last week, bro.
Yeah, right.
But you know they caught a rocket. No cap. They actually caught it from the actual air. I was like, what's this?
I saw that. They caught a rocket from the air. I mean, it was a booster, but still, I mean, for heaven's sakes. So all they have to do is replicate that, and they can send even more heavy boosters up there. They've got it. They can replicate to such a high degree. So, you know, when it comes to EVs, the Chinese can compete very heavily with Tesla, but SpaceX got something that you really can't replicate too easily, and that it's the need is incredible for it. So yeah, that's the kind of stock you're looking for. One of the things I would think is AI in medical, AI for AIM or identity management, AI with security, AI with threat management. Those kinds of applications are very useful. And that's where I think there's going to be a lot of money to be made, because a lot of companies need it.
Facts, absolute facts. So before I go on to the next point, right, all it takes, right, is just to check out from all the noise, all the TV shows, you know, all the BS on social media, all that nonsense, right? Lock yourself in your room for the next 6 months, for the next year, study hard, research, invest, be in my class for Python, be in Field's cloud class, be in our communities, be in our groups, and stay focused, man, to prepare yourself for the next 10, 15, 5 years, bro. All right, because I don't want to be in the position I am right now in 5 years. I want to be in a whole different position in 5 years from now, even a year from now. So I'm thinking, what can I do now to set myself up for the future? Every day I'm researching. Okay, that there might pop off. That there might pop off. How can I adapt to my skill set? How can I
Yeah.
invest in that? How can I be
Yeah.
involved in that? This is how great men think, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need
Yeah.
to
Yeah. I
have
definitely
foresight,
agree.
bro. Mhm.
Yeah,
Carry on.
I agree with you. You need to be looking at the trends and the ones that have promise. Again, I remember, I mean, Apple back in the day in the 70s, and we didn't think that they would be anything big, but look at who they actually are, right? So look at those companies that are disrupting. They're adding, but also disrupting the market, and they may not look like as the ultimate disruptors right now, but they have the potential. All you got to do is get like 1,000 shares in that company. You don't need you don't need $1,000. It's just like you burn money. Just go ahead and get that off and have your normal investments. And if it comes to fruition, you could be rich.
Facts, absolute facts, absolute facts. So now let's go into the next point over here. Okay. And that's the social elements of AI and how that can impact things socially. Okay. And so I've got an article here that I want to just share. Okay. And AI will not only make people rich, but will also change the way people interact with certain objects, or the way people live their lives. Okay, so the first point here I want to just share here, right? So share screen. Hold on, let me just double check. Perfect. Okay, all right, so share screen, present, share screen, share screen. All right, so over here, right? Okay, it says here, okay, SCX robots to take over homes next year, as rich people only want one thing. Okay, I know this might sound crazy, right? But this is going to be the future in the West, as more men, right, become passport bros and leave Western women to their vices. Okay, it says here, right, SCX robots could start satisfying affluent women's actual needs as early as next year. Okay, futurologist Dr. Ian Pearson predicted in his bold, the hell is that? In his bold forecast that suggests AI will become a commonplace in the bedroom. AI will become a commonplace in the bedroom. That's insane. This is the future, right? I know it sounds messed up, right? But this is the future, right? Wealthy hornbags could spice things up in the bedroom with robots from as early as next year, it has been suggested. Futurologist, futurologist Dr. Ian Pearson has predicted human to have robots SEX, right, will be a commonplace by 2030. With this wave of cyborg SCX beginning with the woman pleasing SCX bots expect to start popping up in affluent households next year. Bro, okay? This is the future. Now, I remember seeing this in in films and TV shows and anime and cartoons, but it's actually becoming a reality. Okay. We're going to see, right, these kind of, SCX robots, right? Okay. Pleasuring women. And in some cases, right, even men dealing with them. And that's a scary future, bro. Imagine speaking to a friend of yours, right? And then he tells you, "Yeah, man, I had a great time smashing his robot yesterday." I was like, "What? What you mean, bro? Phil, what's your thoughts here, brother?"
So the
Jeez.
way they write it, it's the robot replacing the man,
Hmm.
right? This looks like a gynocentric article. Well, you don't see, they already have Sabians for women. So you don't need to have a robot. They already have the mechanics that women need. So basically, no robot can spend money on a woman, and that's what she wants. She wants money, ultimately. So I'm not so interested in that for in terms of female sexual needs in regarding AI. What I think AI will be used when it comes to women's sexual needs is, you have the like Apple's Vision, I don't know, whatever that VDR is. That
metaverse, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that, along with a storyline, that's a fantasy storyline in combination with a tool, and the tool would be linked together, like that sensation. That would actually work for women. Not all, but they wouldn't be able to do what they want to do, but it would give them satisfaction to some degree. It's with men that AI is by far more effective regarding relationships. And I've been studying this, for quite a while. And I see what's like how the Russians and the Ukrainians are dealing with this at this point, and then also how the Chinese are dealing with it. And they have some very scary models that are some very scary LLMs that are very effective. So basically, what you can do, get everybody come together. Let's get this. Okay, this is a little dangerous, but I think this is actually arriving soon. So all guys have a girl next door that they were totally in love with, right? At some point in their lives, we remember that girl, and we could barely talk to her. We were trying to talk with her, but it never happened. And then she was off getting smashed, or being with bad boys, blah 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 blah, right? But we always have that girl that we always really wanted, right? So what you could do with this is, let's say that you have a few photos of her, right? You actually would give it to the engine, and then it would create a woman who is clothed the way that you want her to be clothed, and would act in the way that you want her to act. In particular, it could go to socials and find out how she acts, actually how she interacts with other people. And then it could become the perfect girlfriend for you. And nobody would know, and she wouldn't age either. So she could always be like the age between like 18 and 22 for the rest of your life. That's it. Guys have that, and they just have a few nice words every once in a while from this app. And this woman is the woman that they've always wanted to be with, and they feel happy with her. They feel some sort of satisfaction. Done. It's over. That at that point, we will have mass amount of men not only dropping out of the dating market, they won't even become passport bros. They would just stay. They would just stay with this app. Yeah,
we don't want that.
It's not so much that we don't want that. I'm looking at how the technology is going. I'm looking at how the things are working. I'm like, yeah, this is going to happen. This is really like the other point that I've noticed is that they have, okay, this is so bad. AI right now can make models who are more beautiful and nearly more lifelike than actual models. And the difference isn't that much. It actually takes me a while to sometimes over the years. Before, it was easy for me to figure out, oh yeah, that's AI, that's a bot, something like that right now. But the closer, like the more that the technology is progressing, the more that is actually difficult to distinguish between AI and the human. Well, that's what they have right now. It's within 5 years, who knows to what degree it's going to be. And I mean, so then you can get like an AI model or an AI girlfriend who is just nice to you, right? And just says nice things to you. And like, because again, like as men, let's think about it in the West, how often do we actually have somebody have a woman saying something nice to us? It's extremely rare. I mean, it's just ridiculously rare. So if you had a model who actually just listened to what you were saying, which is easy to do, the interaction, the technology is there right now for this. So it just listens to what you're saying and then gives you something that is a response that's just tailored to you as an individual, and that over time can give you more tailored responses. And this AI is this bot, basically, this girlfriend, is never moody, never has monthly cycles, and it's always there. They can give you some sort of input. As far as I'm concerned, that's it. Like you will see 50 to 60% of men in the West zone out. And we're not just talking about the West. I'm talking, okay, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, China, those countries, they get this, it's game over. They can just sit back and have this instead of having a woman. They'll, for the most part, they'd be like, yeah, this is an upgrade. Done.
Bro, do we want a world like that, Phil? Do we want a world where a lot of men have literally replaced real women with robots, Phil? I mean, so Phil, is that so? Would that be more? So this is insane. Would that be more women for dudes who want real women, right? Or should we actively push back against men dealing with SCX robots? We don't want that,
It's
right?
not even.
Or is
It's not even a robot. This is just an application. So what the real question is because men are treated so badly, the average rank and file man is treated so badly by women, then who are we to say anything if this application comes up and makes men just marginally happier than where they are right now? Just marginally. Just a little bit. How can we say anything? And I've been studying this for a while. I mean, I looked at how this interaction is working and how the bots can actually interact with people. I mean, I'm very surprised. I'm like, this is somewhat dangerous. But I mean, for the rank and file man, he would have a better human experience having this kind of AI than the current situation that they have with women in their lives. That's why I can't knock this. I'm just like, yep, this would actually improve the standard of living for many men. Okay.
Okay, so what happens to the passport bro movement then? I mean, would there still be passport bros, or will bros literally stop traveling and just get some sort of woman application, woman robot, right, to fulfill their needs and be with them? And is that what we want, Theo? I don't know, bro. What's your thoughts there?
It would be a combination of the two. So if the guys actually wanted to have a real flesh girlfriend, they actually wanted to reproduce, they would actually use their passport. But there's a lot of guys who are, grinding in order to become who they need to be. And I mean, nobody's talking to them. Nobody at all. I mean, we know this. We know this as men. And so if they actually had this, it would be by far better. Especially like special days or something like that. I mean, okay, I'm 51 years old. How many birthdays have I had where somebody actually said happy birthday? If I would say like post 18 years old when I left, without a doubt, the majority, nobody said happy birthday. Nothing. Or nobody remembered special events that were important to me. Nothing. There's no memory at all. So if you just had an app with a female, let's say that you gave the image of the girl that you actually like, or even if it's just a pure AI one, doesn't matter, either one, you actually had this application that came out and said, hey, happy birthday. And I noticed that this birthday is kind of similar to the one that you had 4 years ago. And have you grown, or have you had a different life? Like, tell me about your life, right? Well, that's by far more than what most modern women will say. That's like multitudes. We're talking like multiples of what most men actually experience. So we're not talking about any kind of erotica. We're just talking about basic human interaction. Just that alone, oh yeah, it's done. That would improve the lives of many men. Men would be less suicidal because they would have something actually communicating with them. And a lot of men would just feel better about life if they actually have this kind of application. This is why I sit back and say, it's the people talk about the sex robots and stuff like that. That's nothing. You get an app that is like kind of like a sexy girlfriend who actually cares about you, who actually asks you questions about your life. Done. Over. For most men, that's exactly what they would want to have. And that's where Western women entirely fail. So they would be happy.
Don't you think it's a bit weird though that, you know, a dude, right, is coming home to an AI application that talks to him, or maybe he has a physical robot where he has dealings with her in the bedroom. Bro, this is some
No,
dystopian anime stuff, bro. I'll be honest with you,
no,
man. Imagine,
because
bro.
you have to think about the current situation. You have millions of men globally, like, well, tens of millions of men globally, who have no interaction. No one cares about them. No one talks to them at all. And they are blamed for their condition. So they're basically victim blamed. So if they have this, their condition would agree, even if it's just 10%, it's better. Somebody just said Blade Runner. Yep, this is a Blade Runner situation. And if you just have a 10% increase of where you're at, or in terms of interaction, that might be better than actually having any kind of human interaction. And I mean, because how many guys don't have anything at all? Zero. And that they're just expected to go through like life that way, and it's because of them. And if they want to be with someone, they need to level up. That's brutal. This would end the brutality. So I'm just saying, from a human point of view, this is why I say I can't knock it. I see what's out there right now, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. This is actually going to happen. Oh yeah. This is going to be a big thing.
Damn. Yeah, Peter, I definitely see. I know Meta, Facebook had that VR stuff, Metaverse. They're working on that. I know Apple has this Apple VR stuff. This is definitely coming in the pipeline. This is definitely coming, and it's going to definitely cause a massive shift in the paradigm of dating in the West. Now, definitely men will use this. I think women will use it too. And I think, Fiora, as a result, we're going to see men and women in the West become more distant towards each other, because women have their needs being fulfilled by AI, men have their needs being fulfilled by AI too. So they're thinking, why do we have to speak to each other? Why do we have to relate to each other? We only go to work, and that's it. We go home. They do their thing in the AI. But society will become very dystopian and antisocial, bro, in the West and perhaps worldwide, bro. So I'm a bit on the fence here with this. Come on, bro.
It's already that way. It's already becoming dystopian. This is already happening. I mean, again, okay, just go into your phone and look at your messages and see how many IMs do you have from a woman in the last 5 to 10 years of a woman saying something nice to you. Think about it. It's really low. The number isn't. Let's just say Western women, not non-Western. So get rid of the Germans. Sorry, the Germans don't count. But Western women being nice to you. How about a woman sending you a photo of her smiling? Just her smiling.
In the last 10 years, not for me, bro. I'll be one of you. Nah. Last 10 years, not. I can't think of any, bro. Damn, I can't believe this, man.
Exactly. So let's just, you have an app, and let's say you gave the photo of somebody, right? Or it was a generated app, right? And you're interacting with a AI girlfriend, but she sends you like different, like it has behavioral analysis within the app, and it says, it knows that on Wednesday you're particularly stressed out, so you have on Wednesday, just randomly, because there's an algorithm for this, right? It says basically every once in a while you get this message, you get a text message saying from a girl who's smiling, has a photo of her smiling, and says, "I believe in you. I know you have a hard day today, and I'm here for you." We don't get that. So for most men in the West, getting that even one time would drastically improve their standard of living. Just once. Because they're guaranteed at this point to have it at 0 during their time period, during extended periods of time. So if they have this just one time, bro, for a great deal of men, 50 to 60% of Western men, that would be by far better treatment than they had ever received from any Western woman in their entire life. And she doesn't have to be nude or anything. We're just talking about her with glasses on, just nice hair, and a turtleneck. Just looking at a photo of her, looking directly at the photo and smiling. Just that. That's it. So this is why I say, again, I'm going to shout out to Legion of Men. I think that's what it is, Legion of Men. He stated that the person who develops the app to solve male loneliness will become a trillionaire overnight. And I totally agree with this. This is something I've been working on myself to try to figure out how this would actually work, how you can get this specialized. But if I could find a company that's actually going to do it, it's going to be either India or China who's going to do this. To be honest, that's where the IPO is going to be launched, because their loneliness is beyond comprehension. If the company that does that, I'm putting my money into it. If it somewhat solves male loneliness, done. That's going to be the big money. It's going to be absolutely huge. And then guys can just, they're going to class, especially like 18 to 22, when they're loneliest. They can, just have a message every once in a while. Hey, I saw your schedule. You're having a big test today. I hope you do really well. And I think, how about look at this wiki, or how about this source? Maybe this is a place where you can go learn something extra. And I think you're a really great guy. So this is just basic, right? This would, for most people, for most guys in university, this would be better than they were ever treated by a girl in their entire lives. Just one text message that way. Just one.
Lord, damn, that is a future. You're right, Theo.
Yeah,
that's where it's heading. The way it is right now for men is terrible. Male loneliness, no women in their lives, not a text about brothers in the chat, right? I'll be honest with me, right? Type a one in the chat, right? Or let me know in the chat. When was the last time a woman in the West wished you a happy birthday, or even checked upon you, or even sent you a random meme, or instigated, right, a conversation to speak to you randomly? Maybe sent you a meme, or maybe sent you, something funny to read. That when was the last time a woman actually sent you that? And be real with me, brothers. Type a zero if that never happened to you, or one if it did happen to you. Be real with me. A lot of men aren't getting attentions from women. A lot of men ain't getting messaged by women, or just any sort of interaction with women. Just keep it real, bruv. Keep it real.
Let's put another filter and get attention for a woman where you weren't spending money on her and in the West. So if you're not spending any money on her at all, it's just a woman who actually is nice to you. Have you ever had it? Even for myself, I had to step back and I have to go back and think, okay, when did this ever happen? Well, I think the last time this happened for me in the West by a Western woman would be 94.
Jeez, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. What kind of life is this, man?
But it was, it really, what I mean, but I was in the situation where she was crying on my shoulder about the guy who was beating her up or treating her badly, or she was having child deletion with him. So it was one of those, I was the emotional support tampon for her while she got ran through by the alpha. So if we say we get rid of that situation, when was the last time that you actually had just something nice said to you by a Western woman? Ooh boy. I have to really, I don't even know, man. This is going to be very, so my entire adult life, no, not happened once.
Facts. I'm going through my messages, right, from years ago, and I'm scrolling down. Damn, I'm going through that. I'm in 2019 now. Not a message from a Western woman. Hey, IP, you goofy. How are you? Okay, now I'm in 2018. Nothing. Now I'm in 2017. Nah, that's not how life should be. Nah, I won't. But that's not how life should be, brothers, man. Nah.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. That's a shame. God damn.
But that just demonstrates the pathetic level of what can I say? Support that Western women and affection that Western women actually give to men. It's really low. That's why we have the passport bro movement. And again, when I talk about this, guys, this is why I say these apps that actually can be created, they wouldn't need to be erotic. They wouldn't be like a lot of them right now. I'm seeing them. They have women's nudes and things like that. You wouldn't even need to have that. You just have her normally clothed and speaking to you in an elegant manner. Done. And I see some of these. I'm on Facebook right now, and I joined several of these groups where I see what is obviously an AI model, but it was some of these were hard for me to notice that they weren't AI models, right? But I see them. The women are gorgeous, right? They're properly clothed, but they're gorgeous. All it takes is an LLM-based chatbot with a specific, like I say, specialization towards you, the customer, and it knows how to like who you are. That's all it takes, and that's it. Done. Over. It can come up and say, for example, like say that she had all of your socials and all of your Facebook information. So, like, let's say you were using one IP, right? You can maybe she pops up and say, "Hey, I see that, 8 years today you started your channel. Tell me about your channel. How do you like it?" Right? Something very basic. and you're actually getting recognition for something that you worked hard for. Or, you know, like for me, it'd be like, I noticed that your dog died, you know, 3 years ago today. You know, are you okay? Are you having a hard day? Basic, really basic stuff. And then you could actually sit there and talk about, like for me, I could actually sit back and talk about how I feel regarding losing my dog, and on this guardrails of the AI, just talking to you about, you know, who she was, and, you know, hope that you feel good about it, you know, or no, just something like that, kind of get you to a certain point, and that's it. That is more than what most Western women do for a man, period. So this is why I say I can't knock men for using these kinds of services, which are about to be unleashed. They're about to happen. So you know, like the the letter sites, the foreign bride letter sites. You can talk like Ukrainian girl, but for like $5 a letter or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I would say, okay, right now, at least 75% of that is AI. You're not talking to a person. So it has figured out who you are. So what happens is, I've been monitoring these for years. What happens is that a human being talks to you first, and that it trains an LLM to actually talk with you, or a chatbot to actually talk with you. And then a woman, let's say it's a real woman, she gives plenty of photos, and then the chatbot understands what to say to the person who writes the letter, and then which photo to actually use to send to him. And that's it. And so then you could have like 1,000 men writing to the chatbot per day, and it would give 1,000 different answers. This is based upon the randomness that you have in AI, and then it would say from which photos to send, and make sure it doesn't send the same photo twice, and then it creates like a narrative for the person. That's easy to do, guys. That's not like the technology for that is there right now. And so basically, you're paying for these letters. You're paying to talk to someone online. You're not even talking to that person. You're not even talking to a human being, to a different human being. You're talking to a bot. You're talking to an AI bot. The Ukrainians have known they've been doing this for a number of years. The level that it's at right now is absurd. So, like, that's why I say to guys, like, don't spend your money online talking to a woman, like, per letter, but also, like, for the, like, say, adult services, the spicy communication online, really don't do that, because that is very much AI based right now.
There you have it, man. AI is gonna drastically change the future. Great breakdown there, Theo. Awesome. All right, so let's go through super chats before we react to some content from this week. Shout out to Man, Magnus, Anthony for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Brother, send the super chats in, send the PayPal donations in. Another great live stream. Class 6 AWS. Shout out to Theo. AI classes 2026. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Theo. And shout out to you, brother, for the support. Shout out to Mr. Umi Yedwa for the support. Thank you, bro. Salute to you. Salute IP, I'm in AI. Theo is right. Businesses are clamoring for LLM developers. Even software engineers should be at least learning Copilot. Facts. Yep. Shout out to Yumi Yedwa again for the support. $20 super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Dropping more support. Yumi, salute you for the support. Thank you, bro. Shout out to Jughead for the support. Appreciate you, bro. Greetings, IP and Theo. I agree with 99% of what Theo is saying about AI girlfriends. IP, no. Pause. AI girlfriends will force Western women to up their game. Yes, indeed, bro. IP girlfriends. Please for the.
I don't think they will. That's why I'll give a little comment on that, because I think for the West, I think Western women, the way they're educated with feminism, it's always the man's fault. Period. So what they're going to keep on doing is clamoring for the top level guys, while continuing to blame the lower guys, like the 70% and below. They're going to blame them for the plight on themselves. That's good. That's just, they're going to double down on it, because guys being lonely couldn't possibly be because of how women are treating the guys. That is impossible for them to accept. So
Facts.
the guys will just keep on doing this. This is just the start. This is going to increase really drastically in the next 5 to 10 years.
Facts. IP. No, pause. All right. So shout out to Jughead for the support. I would never do it myself, but
AI girlfriends.
AI. Pause. Bruv, will benefit men more than women. Why? No false accusations, costly divorces.
Exactly. Yeah.
But hold off here, right? But Theo, you know how general century the West is, right? I would not put it past these wacko feminists and liberals, right, to make a law saying that female robots are equivalent to human beings. So if you marry a robot and you divorce her, she's entitled to something. But I know that sounds crazy, but I can't put it past these weirdos to just try and screw over men in the West, bro.
I don't even care about that. The one that I care about is the app. The app is the real one, because there's nothing that they can do about it. So you could have the app being housed in India or China, so you can download it online and use PayPal or some other system to pay for the service. And I mean, for millions of men, they would get an improvement of their lives. That's it. They wouldn't even need a sex bot. They just have the app. That would be by far better than anything they ever received in their entire lives.
Awesome. Shout out to Mr. Jughead for the support again. An AI boyfriend will not satisfy the emotional or financial needs of women. Women cannot make false accusations or extract resources. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually very correct. So what the woman is going to do is they already have their toys right now, particularly the Sabian. So they can use that all they want, and then they have like their VDRs, right? So they could be, let's say, they have a narrative in the VDR where everyone likes her, but they have multiple like high-level guys who are trying to be with her, but then there's this one guy who she secretly wants, that she really wants to return back to her, right? Okay, this is a romance novel, right? A bunch of crap. But that kind of stuff could be played to her, and then she could have she's having these images of these really well-endowed guys doing her. And all she has to do to get that stimulation is that has a Bluetooth connection to whatever toy she's using. That's it. There are women who will take that. There are quite a number. So they'll use that, and then they'll go out into the marketplace and say, I deserve more. I want like Chad, because I need somebody who's better than the image that I'm seeing in the VDR.
Thanks. Shout out to Mr. Jughead for support again. From AI boyfriends, love and respect, guys. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to Jug again. LOL, I meant to write AI girlfriends, not IP. all good, brother. Thank you for it's all good, brother. Thank you very much for the support. Much appreciated. Awesome.
I know you're making some bots IP. Got a factory out there. Making some Canadians and Japanese bots for guys. That'd work. I think it. Or like half Panamanian, half Japanese bots. Oh, good.
Make them empty like Ghost in the Shell, huh? Okay.
Yeah. But again, guys, I know you're gonna go to the next part. Western women have really done this to themselves. I'm looking at an image right now on Facebook of an AI girl, and if you think about all the plastic surgery that these women are using, and then all the filters, getting an AI image of a woman isn't that hard afterwards because she's already made herself so fake. And so I'm looking at one right now. I know she's AI, but the difference between her and an Instagram model is really low, and it's becoming lower every single year, such that again, 5 years from now, like I say, 3 to 5 years from now, most of us aren't going to be able to know the difference. What can I say?
Facts. Absolute facts, bro. So let's react, okay, to some interesting articles and news from this week, okay? React, video file, and let me share screen to this one over here, okay? Let's go. The Trump man himself doing what Kamala should be doing, you know, showing his love to the people and actually being relatable. Let's react to it. Now, let me remove this banner from the end over here. Hold on. Remove that. Let's go. Right there.
Never even touch it, huh?
Exactly.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
And then you're going to put it right up here on this fryer.
Okay, so can I give it to these guys here? Take it.
Want to do another one?
Yeah.
So I'll get here.
Let's do it.
That, there you go. All the way back there. Good. And then you can hang that one right back over there. Thank you. And then we're going to grab our salt. And then just one dump. No movement. Good, good, good. Right over.
Never touched by a human hand. Nice and clean. I love salt. Wait a minute, I spilled some. I'm very superstitious. Now it's over the left shoulder. Now I'm over.
And this is their
I mean, that's
order?
thousands of people. Hello, how are you? What a beautiful woman. Look at her beautiful child, the whole thing. It's like the perfect looking person. That's good. That's good. Compliments. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Hi, Mom.
Good luck to
Look
you.
at Mom over there. Thank you very much. Thank you, darling. You have a great mom? Good or great? That's right. She knew what to say.
But I thought women don't like Trump. Let's carry on watching.
Thank you very much. Thank you, darling. Wow. So nice.
Right, you're doing a good job.
Okay, these are nice people we're meeting, huh?
Yes, and this is, go ahead. So your hands won't be
Okay.
too heavy.
Got it. Mary, look at this guy. I'm not going to mess.
Oh, so we got a brother there too. I thought Trump doesn't like black people or black men. Okay.
With him, huh?
How you doing,
You
sir?
look fantastic. Hello.
This is my new
Hi.
baby boy.
How are you? Your new baby. How are
Yes.
you?
Doing great.
Kids, how are
My
you?
niece.
So this is compliments of me, okay?
All right.
You go have a
Thank
good
you.
time. Don't eat too much,
I
right?
won't. You have a great day,
Thank
sir.
you, man. You take care. Thank you, honey. Have a good time. Thank you. It's cute. This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again.
Trump got jokes. Trump got jokes.
It's Kamala's birthday. She's 60 years old. Yes, I would say happy birthday, Kamala. She's turning 60.
Did you get her some fries?
I think I'll get her some flowers. Maybe I'll
Despite them being rivals, look at Trump congratulating Kamala Harris on her birthday. This man,
get her
man.
some fries. You're right. That might be. I'll give her some McDonald's. I'll get her a McDonald's hamburger. No, it is her birthday. That is true, right? Happy birthday, Kamala. Happy birthday. See you later. Bye. Thank you, everybody.
So you just seen a clip, right, of Trump being relatable, be it working at McDonald's, serving fries, shaking hands of people in a drive-by, giving food, even pay for them food too, right? And this clip here, I loved how relatable Trump seemed, right? The way he's speaking to people, working in this environment, speaking to employees. He seems more in touch with the economy and normal average people. Whereas Kamala's out here lying about her background, who she really is. We know she's in that liberal bourgeoisie class, right? With those high value people. But look at Trump, right? A billionaire, but still with the people. He's more relatable and he understands the average person. And you can see the people that when they drove past him, big smiles, firm handshake, right? This guy, right? If he doesn't win the election, I would genuinely be shocked, right? His energy is on point, right? He's talkative. The people like him. Phil, what's your thoughts here, right, on this incredible moment between Trump and average, ordinary working Americans, brother?
I think he's winning the PR message right there. Again, he just seems more relatable when he's doing this. Dude, I gotta admit, I mean, I want to eat some French fries right now. I mean, right? I mean, I'm thinking about like I get some French fries and a cheeseburger. It seems like a nice clip. It just seems wholesome. I give it to him. He's winning right there. But hands off to him right now. It looks like a good guy. And then he's saying happy birthday to Kamala, things like that. There's no venom in his voice. He seems like the kind of guy you'd want leading the country.
Facts. So, brother, we saw a woman and a black man drive past, right? And these are two demographics where liberal media is saying that Trump doesn't like, right? Trump doesn't like women, Trump doesn't like black men, etc., etc. But the interaction there between Trump and that woman was bright, was fantastic. There was no animosity there. She was very happy to shake the hands of Trump, speak to him, take the McDonald's from him. Then we see the brother drive by, right, with his kids, and Trump gives him a firm handshake. The brother is smiling, speaking with Trump. So that kind of label about Trump not liking black men and women, right, in my opinion, is false. Now, yeah, Trump has said some things in the past, right, but we've all said bad things in the past. We've all said things that are not so-called politically correct. No human being is perfect, all right, and that's why I hate about liberals, right? They try and give up this false sense of perfection that they've not done anything wrong. We've all said and done things wrong. Okay, now what about now, right? What about the way Trump is acting, the way he's showing leadership, the way he's speaking on issues that are affecting American lives? Immigration is a problem. Yes, indeed. A bunch of Indians, right, working in America, right, and lowering the wages for the average Americans is a problem. Okay, let's keep it real. All right, the way women are behaving in America is a problem. Okay, the way it's going economically in America, inflation is a problem. And Trump is speaking on real problems, and Kamala is just tiptoeing about it, just focusing on baby deletion. Bruv, right? So you're telling me that? Look at her, she's smiling. And I thought women don't like Trump. Phil, what's your thoughts here on women don't like Trump and black men don't like Trump?
Well, I mean, in 2016, more suburban women voted for Trump than for Clinton. So I'm not surprised at all. I think this is exactly what's going to happen. Women are overwhelmingly going to be voting for white women in particular are overwhelmingly going to be voting for Trump, not for Kamala.
Facts, absolute facts, man. Theo, last point here. So if Trump was serving you in McDonald's like that, what would your reaction be, bro?
Oh, bro, hey, thank you a lot, man. This looks tasty. Hey, tell me a little bit more. That's what I would be talking about. I'd be rather happy this was going on, to be honest.
Facts. And if Kamala was serving you, brother, would you just take it? Would you take it from her, or would you just drive past and give her the middle finger?
I wouldn't give her the middle finger. I'd be like, okay, this looks weird. All right. I wouldn't know what to do with it, honestly. But I wouldn't mind it from Trump. No, especially that. No, it'd be good with it.
Facts, brothers. You know what to vote for in 2 weeks from now. Vote correctly. I think Trump's the right guy for the country, and please vote wisely. Okay, awesome. Shout out to Norman for the support. Modern woman looking like Skeletor, but no wits. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you, bro.
Oh, that was funny. Oh, come on, man. Come on now, man. Dude, that was
So
bro.
let's
Okay.
rest this one here for you. Okay. So next clip to react to. This one over here.
Guys, this one is just straight off the cuff, guys, talking about what it's like to live in the UK.
So we got a UK man that's gonna tell you the harsh realities of living in the UK, and it's not too good in the UK. I'm being honest with you. UK is the West. UK and America are best friends. The same problems in America is happening to the UK. Let's hear what this man's talking about.
I'm from the UK. I'm from Edinburgh, Scotland, and I live in Edinburgh, Scotland. I'm working full-time for a bank, and I am earning only £19,200 a year after tax and national insurance.
Compare that to the salaries you can get in America. So this proves my point here. Salaries in the UK are disgustingly low. Plus we have high tax too. What kind of life is this? Lord, save us, please. Save us.
The average salary when I was born in 1987 was about £19,200. I am earning the average salary in 2024, almost 2025.
Whoa, Theo, what's your thoughts there? Average salary was in the 80s, £19,200, and he's earning that in 2024, similar to that salary. That's insane, bro. What's your thoughts there, brother?
I'm not surprised. It just shows the real problem that we're having in the West. We have a lot of people who aren't getting their salaries are just not improving at all. So, I mean, in the West, where are people really having an improved life? I mean, we're doing IT, so we're getting an improvement. But for the rest of us, where is it? It's not much at all.
I'm only earning the average salary in the UK in 1987. Yes. The average house price in 1987, the year I was born, was that. The average salary is that. Today in the UK, the average salary is this. And in the UK, the average house price is this.
Oh, hell nah. Hell nah, bruv. No. You see? So basically, house prices have gone up tremendously over the past 20, 30 years. But salaries in the UK have stagnated. So, bruv, what kind of deal is that? Now, I'm not saying America's perfect, right? But America, the salaries there are enormous if you know what you're doing with your career. In the UK, bruv, salaries are trash, high taxes, and outrageous property prices. For you, as an American dude, bro, what's your comment and thoughts on this particular aspect of the video?
This unfortunately is incredibly correct. And it's part of the reason why normal people in the West can't get ahead. We have the same problem in Japan. So when I was there, I saw land which could not be sold as one unit because people's salaries were too low. And so what was one house in the 1980s became 3 or 4 houses in like 2009 or 2010. And what they did, they took the house, they destroyed it, and then they built 4 small houses on that land. And then they sold it off to 4 different families. That just shows you the level of decay that the West is having. You can't buy the same land, the same environment that you had before. And I think that's really problematic. So the salary should be increasing, but they're not. And this gives another reason for us to be passport bros, because we can take our salary and we can go to like Colombia or Brazil or Guyana, and then we can actually buy a house there, and then we can have what we consider to be a normal life.
Facts.
I looked at the figures earlier and I was absolutely shocked why I've decided to leave the UK. It's just, it's not affordable here. If you want a high standard lifestyle, if you want to live by yourself, have a car, work full time but for not too long, if you want to retire early, the UK is not the place. It's ridiculously expensive here. Lifestyle in what's supposed to be a first world country. This is not a first world country. This is a dystopia pretending to be a first world country.
I definitely agree with that. Many
Right.
people are going to speak on that, Bill.
No, yeah, agree. Good. Talk.
I definitely agree on that. It is a dystopia. And a lot of you dudes might have this conception about, oh, English chicks, posh accents, she must drink tea, the queen. Oh, rah. I love tea and biscuits and some crackers with some cheese. All that nonsense. Wake up and smell the coffee, man. Okay? Don't move to the UK, right? Don't do it. Okay? It is America 2.0 with the horrible woman, with the horrible lifestyle, outrageous property prices. At least in America, you got high salaries there in certain industries. Doesn't matter what industry in the UK, unless you're in finance or another industry, okay, 2 or 3, all right, you're going to get a low salary and high taxes with miserable weather and horrible women. That is a symptom. That is a cocktail for depression. That's a dystopia right there, bro.
You gotta clip that.
You know, that is a dystopia.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true. You're definitely correct. I mean, the thing I noticed in the UK was that you basically have a glass ceiling or a salary ceiling at 100,000 quid a year. Above that, nothing happens. You just don't make more than that. So after your taxes, that gives you only 60,000. Divide that by 12, you've got 5,000 a month. That's nothing. Like, if you have a mortgage, forget it. And then you're also supposed to pay for like how much for a date with a woman. Forget it. It's over. It's not going to happen. So they've created a system where basically you can't get ahead and you can't breed. But you can work a lot. You can definitely work a lot. You can consume services. That's it.
Damn. Facts. Absolute facts.
That has a very low standard, the crime rate's getting higher, illegal immigration or illegal migration, whatever you want to call it, is getting higher. We have politicians that don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to fix anything. They just...
Facts. Absolute facts. It's going downhill heavily in the UK. And no one knows how to fix it. No one knows how to fix it, which is the worst part. If they do fix it, apparently it would take 5 years to fix it. Are you telling me, right, you want a young brother to wait 5 years to fix a flipping country and suffer for 5 years, right, around horrible women, bad weather, bad food, etc. That's not happening. And this is why the passport bro movement is king right now. Being in IT, literally, is one of the best things you can do right now as a man. Okay, remote working, hybrid, just get out the West if you can. Okay, get out.
There's nothing left here. So
Facts. Absolute facts. All right, so let me remove this from studio. Let's react to this one over here.
That guy should be a passport bro. That's perfect passport bro. All he has to do is get his money up and then do a remote job. But in the UK, it's almost impossible. They literally want you to live and die in the UK with just a few, say, holidays in Spain. That's it.
This guy knows.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Facts, bro. In Tenerife, all that stuff. Once a year in June, party there, come back to miserable UK, horrible weather, bad food. Not me, bro. Not me, fam.
And then you're supposed to have a better standard of living than the colonies, right? And the queen. Oh, okay. History, even more. The family, royal family. That's it. Some football every once in a while. Fish and chips. That's you.
Facts. Okay, let's react to this one over here. Okay.
Hello,
With the subtitles from the over here. Okay, let's watch.
Hello, everyone. My name is Xiaoyan, and this year I've turned 39. I've always been single and never married. Now I can't find a partner, and this is causing me a lot of stress.
Damn. So we have a crisis going on in China called leftover woman. This is a 39-year-old chick, 39, who is single, can't find a partner, and it's so very sad what's happening there in China. Let's break it down. Let's go.
All of my classmates and relatives are already married. At work, people are always talking about me behind my back. I feel like I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown because I don't think it's my fault that I haven't gotten married.
Okay, let's pause it right there. Theo, so a woman that's 39 in whatever country that is single, that is alone, she's saying here that it's not her fault that she's not married. I'm going to disagree there, because if you're a woman right now, in the last 10, 15 years, it's the easiest time ever to be a woman and have many options, right? You can't tell me, right, you're 39 and you can't find a dude, or you couldn't find a dude back in the past. That's big cap. That is big cap. Woman in any country in 2024 can easily find a dude. The market favors women as of right now. What's your thoughts there, Theo, bro?
Oh, entirely, and same thing. The market favors women. So if you're a Chinese woman and you don't have a marriage past the age of 25, it's because of you. That's it. There's no other reason. The amount of men that to which she has options is beyond comprehension. So, nah, man. Let's don't be looking at them. We're tired of this narrative by these women of woe is me, I can't find someone. No, it's ignore you. We're done with you. You made choices and now you're gonna die alone.
Damn. Let's carry on watching.
In fact, I've always longed to have my own family. People around me are constantly pointing fingers at me, and some even look down on me, saying that I'm an older leftover woman and that I probably have fertility issues. Who would want to marry someone like that? Not long ago, when I went to sign up at a marriage agency, many men said, "We'd rather find a divorced woman with kids than an unmarried 39-year-old.
Lord, yo, China is on a whole different level when it comes to RP. And, you know, I respect that. I respect Chinese men standing on business when it comes to these kind of women. In fact, we need that kind of energy over here in the West. I would love to see Western women get treated like this, man, because they become arrogant. They become, you know, rude, ruthless. They need to be humbled without a single doubt, bruv. And they will be humbled in the near future. So I respect that kind of energy that Chinese men got with these so-called leftover women. Phil, do you agree with that kind of energy they got with their women there over there in China?
Yeah, I definitely agree with it. They have a high level of energy towards them. But you just have these entitled women who think that they deserve more. That's the problem. So again, it's the same. It's a capitalism produces the same problem in both sides. So now you have this extreme capitalism in China. This is why they're having a problem with this with their women.
Facts, absolute facts.
Now, I'm really anxious because I'm almost 40, and I still don't have a partner. I feel like there's no hope left in my life. When I got into college, I was the pride of my entire town. Now, in my 30s and still unmarried, I have probably become the town's joke. Yesterday, I saw a heartbreaking...
Hold on there. So, Theo, can you imagine, right, a Western woman who's now 40, unmarried, right, and she becomes a joke in her town or city? That's very rare. In fact, they will celebrate it. Oh, single, strong, independent woman, you go, girl. But in China, whole different energy and ball game. I love this energy they got over there when they go abroad. Abroad, women like this, right? They're checked. They are made the clown of the community, of the town. I love it. Ain't that right, Phil? We love it.
I think that it brings them down to reality. And this reality check is what a lot of women actually need. And it's slowly happening in the West. So I'm a Gen Xer. How many of the Gen Xers women did I see who actually found reality that there is a wall, right? They actually hit it. And now we're seeing this with the younger generations that are coming up through. The women are slowly hitting the wall and they can't get men, and they're complaining about this online, right? So it's gonna be there for the West. People will say, some people are saying, for example, you go girl, it's strong and independent, blah blah blah. But then she goes on the TikTok and cries that she doesn't have a family and she doesn't have children.
Mm-hmm.
Statement. It said that if you're over 30 and still not married, either there's something wrong with your mind, or there's something wrong with your mind. I just turned 32 and am heading towards 33. So look at me, do you think there's anything wrong with me? At 32, I guess I've officially...
Yo, do you think there's anything... actually,
Yes, I do. Yes, I do think I think there's a lot wrong with her. Yes.
Yeah.
Entirely, 100%. Yeah. I think that she's entitled and egotistical. This is the same thing you're having with Western women. You're just seeing it in China, that's all. And she's not, again, she's not going to make it. Not where she is right now. The likelihood of her getting married is extremely low.
Entered the ranks of the leftover women. Those who don't know me might laugh, saying that my standards were too high, and after all this time I've been left behind. Those who care might say that I'm too introverted and never really opened up to meeting someone. But those comments were from 2 or 3 years ago. Now nobody really cares anymore. The friends and family around me avoid this topic. As for my parents, although they say they don't want me to feel pressured, I know they're more anxious than I am. To be honest, saying I'm not worried would be a lie. After all, my age is right here. I'm already 32. But in 2 or 3 years if I get pregnant, I'll be considered an older mother with high pregnancy risks. And when I think about it, by the time my child is 20, I'll already be 55. Just the thought of this makes me panic, and
women will always lose when it comes to the long game. Now, they spend their 20s being at their peak, looking good, having all these options, but at the end of the day, we as men will win the long game and they will lose. A man that's 40, that's 45, that's 35, that's got his ish together, right? That's got, his career in order, is very attractive to women in their 20s, etc., etc. Now imagine a woman in her 50s and 40s, right? That's a millionaire and has a career together. We're not checking for her. Whether we're in our 30s, 20s, 40s, 50s, we're not. Women will lose the game, and they don't know this, bruv. They're being lied to, right?
Yeah,
they're being lied to. Go on, bro.
Yeah, because again, shout out to Legion of Men. He was talking about this today. I think very much agree with this. So what happens is that when men get their act together and they're making the money, they don't go for women their own age. What they do is look at women their own age and say, well, while I was getting myself together over all of these years, you were out sleeping around and you were not there helping me at all. So I don't have any relationship equity with you at all. I have zero with you. So what I'm going to do is, now that I can start getting into this game, I'm going to go for the youngest, most fertile woman I can possibly get. And so basically, if the man is 35 or 65, it doesn't matter. They're all going for women in their 20s. All of them. So that means women in their 30s don't get, but they get, largely speaking, they get left over. They don't get looked at. Women in their 40s, it's pretty bad. Now what happens is Western women, they'll talk about certain like celebrities for one reason or another to beat this odd. Hey, that's cute. That's really cute. But if that's true, then why aren't you a celebrity? Because if you think you're going to beat the odds, then are you going to become a celebrity also? I don't think so. So you're not going to beat the odds, and you're not going to be a celebrity yourself. The reality is that no one's going to be checking for you. And this another content creator said today, as the woman gets older, the lower quality guys are there to check for her, because these guys are the real leftovers. Whereas the guys who have any value whatsoever, they are staying with women in the 20s, if not at least like 32 and below. And there's nothing these women can do about it.
Facts, absolute facts.
I feel like I want to grab anyone and marry them immediately. Most of the people my age, from high school friends to college friends to family and friends, are all already married with kids. Some of them even have 2 or 3 children. Now they all have their own families, and I can't really fit into their circles anymore.
Those were smart women. Those were smart women who knew the game early. Get married in your 20s. Don't sleep around. Don't believe that you're going to be young forever. Get settled, etc., and find the right guy. Those were smart women, you know? And, now she's left behind. Now women are living their own lives, having families, having children, and she's here making this kind of video, and we're going to see a lot of Western women, right, make videos like this in the near future. And we won't be here to save any of them. We're going to be abroad, We're going to be abroad with many options and living our lives. I don't give a damn about these women anymore, bruv. I really don't care.
No. As you get older, you're going to care about this less and less, because you see what they're doing, and they have the same playbook every year, constantly. So there's the reason why. Okay, first off, the woman is never the cause of the relationship of dying. Any relationship failure is always because of the man. And then she was always perfect, even if she had an affair. It doesn't matter. And that the man needs to step up constantly. This is the playbook that I've heard since the 80s. It does not stop. And it doesn't matter what age she is, she uses that. Like, she could have been with 15 years, 3 or 4 kids from 3 or 4 different guys. Doesn't matter. Somebody needs to step up and wife her. And I'm like, no, you're delusional. It's not going to happen. So you guys just, again, first off, you don't date them. And secondly, go use your passport and go meet somebody else.
Facts. People saying about her looks, right? But even if she's not a stunner or some sort of model, a woman in her 20s will still get options. Will still have options. She may be 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10.
No, guys, you got to understand what you guys are saying here. Okay, you say she's a 5. Okay, in China, the ratio, for the most part, the ratio of men to women is, I believe it's 117 men for every 100 women. I think it's something like that. So the options that she has in her 20s are insane. These are huge amounts of options. So it doesn't matter if she's a 5, she could be a 4. It doesn't matter. There will be guys who want to wipe that up. There will be guys who will be simping for her, giving her attention, begging her for marriage, because he doesn't have any other option. So he is trying to get with her. She went through all of that energy, all of those options, and couldn't find a guy. The problem is her.
Facts. Absolute facts. Facts. Don't say them.
Guarantee you, she got texts in the morning, somebody saying, hello, how are you doing? Oh yeah, she probably got a lot of that. Yeah, some sort of care. Let's go out to a restaurant, things like that. Oh yeah, she got plenty while she was younger. I mean, she's like 32 going 33. Like, just 3 or 4 years ago, she would have had a line of guys trying to marry her.
Absolute facts, bro. Okay, next one to react to. Okay, let's react to this one over here.
From the Pew. A stunning trove of new data from the Pew Research Group highlights just how big of a problem we have, one that soon could reach a total point of no return. The first is the rate of single young men versus single young women. 63% of young men today between the ages of 18 to 29 report being single.
That's a crazy amount. That's over half of young men within that age range being single. What's going on with men in the West?
That is compared to 34% of young women.
34% of young women are single in the West, less than 50%. So again, it's a woman's dating market. It's a woman's dating market. How can you be a woman and be single and struggle dating in the West? This is the best time to date as a woman. Let's carry on.
Yes, in a vacuum, you could say, who cares? And let people do what they want. And I actually agree with that. The problem, though, is that what people want is downstream of a lot of societal inputs that we do have a say over. For example, the reason that math doesn't work out is very simple. Most of those younger women who aren't single are dating older men. Why? Well, they report stability of older men who are able to provide for them financially.
You see that, Theo? Theo, do you want to break it down? Come on, bro.
Men have money. So successful older men like myself always have money. There's always something they can provide. So all they have to do is get their body marginally correct and have their money right, there'll be women who want to date that.
Facts, absolute facts. So we're seeing over 50% of men single in that age range. Now, is this a point where they have to wait their turn? So when they reach their 30s, when they're more established, more money, they can now start dating efficiently because they're not as established as an older guy? Or is there more issues at hand? And let's carry on watching here to see if we can answer that question.
It's not necessarily that women want to date older men. It's that economically younger.
No, they do. They definitely do.
Men simply aren't able to attain the baseline necessary for women to want to partner with them. This isn't exactly popular to say, but it is now unambiguously true. The wage gap that Lehman feminists insisted was the biggest problem in our society in the 2010s, that's basically dead. For those between the ages of 34 and below, the wage gap stands at some $43 per week.
So I think he's saying here, right, that, okay, so wage gap has closed now. I agree. There is no wage gap. It's a bunch of BS coming from delusional feminists. Okay. Yep. So basically, women are now earning more than men in their same age group, 18 to 29. Okay. And they don't want to date men that make less than them, which is absurd, right? So they're going to go for older guys that make more than them, right? How do you feel about that particular scenario there with women doing that kind of effery?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. And women are always looking for a man who makes more money. And again, what this current situation we have, again, with the DEI hires that you have in America, basically jobs that should have gone to competent men are going to women who are, I would say, not necessarily competent or fit for the job. So you get lower productivity, but also you get the women going around saying that men ain't ish afterwards. This isn't good. It's not a good situation. So then those women say they want a guy who is economically viable. Well, who are they going to go for? They're not going to go for a man their own age. They're going to go for a man who's 15, 20 years older because those guys are set, right? And women have been doing this for how long, right? The women only say that men should date women their own age when those women have no options with older men. Once they have an option with an older man, they don't care. They're like, I can do what I want. Nobody can tell me what to do.
Facts. Damn.
Have now reached effective wage parity. Actually, in many U.S. cities, young women actually out-earn young men. In the most upwardly mobile cities, places like Los Angeles, New York.
So women are now earning men. Would there be anything done to make sure we can actually have equality there, or is the end goal to oppress men and make the mean men and ensure that women dominate men in every area of life? I thought we wanted equality here. So why is it not equal 50-50? You see what I'm saying here about the BS?
So this is BS because of the way that they're actually doing the calculations. So, okay, they're not talking about like 24-year-old female Python programmers making more than 24-year-old male Python programmers. What they're talking about is you got this pool, right, of women, and the average mean of the wages being more than the men. So you got like, okay, you have a lot of women, particularly like in this area that they're talking about, this geographical area, who are working in the flesh industry. It's called the flesh industry. Okay. So of course, those women are out earning men who are their own age. Without a doubt, there's no way that men can compete with that at their own age. So that's how they're getting these kinds of numbers. But what they're not saying is a woman Python engineer who's 24 makes more money than a man the same age from the ages of 24 to 34. They're not saying that. Well, this is why I call cap on this, because all they have to do is just remove the flesh industry and boom, everything goes to parity immediately.
Let's carry on here.
City. Young women earn 102% of young men earn. And even in these places where they don't earn more, they earn roughly the same as much as their young male counterparts in the workforce. Why might this be? Well, it's a trend pointing towards women out-earning men as time passes. It all goes back to college. Women now outnumber men in the U.S. college-educated workforce. Again, why is this?
And that's also an agenda set in stone. Right, obviously I've been university myself, very female centric. It means men teach about feminist classes. They teach women to hate men in these classes and college campuses. I've been through and I've experienced it, And in high school, right, there was a huge emphasis on women to go to university, and no one was caring about men in high school. It's being done on purpose here. So a lot of these women, right, they didn't get here through hard work or intellect. It's a lot of these BS programs that demean men, oppress men, so they can put women over men. Let's keep it real there.
Well, yeah, it's these DEI programs. So again, this is something I am still very frustrated about. I think like you and me have talked about this at least privately. So what happens is they have the DEI hire to try to get the woman in the workplace, and then for the man, they're hiring the Indian programmer, for example. And this doesn't make sense. This is very illogical. But that's what they're doing. You see this largely happening in the offices, especially with IT. So how many Indians? You just got a huge amount of Indians, just a huge number. I'd say the guys got, of course, it's an upward battle for the guys to keep on going on this, but ultimately, where are you getting families? These women who are in these programs, they're not getting married. They're not finding partners, right? What is really happening with them? So then they're saying, okay, well, the women don't want to get married anyway. They don't need a man. They can go on by themselves. Okay, let's see what happens. And then you get more women in their 40s going on TikTok crying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Facts.
So again, one of the things you say here says more women now outnumber men in the U.S. college-educated workforce. Are they out-earning them? No. If that's all you have to do is remove the flesh industry from these numbers, and instantly that everything goes to parity. Well, that's what they're actually using. So I think it's a joke. I just laugh at this and say, no, men are in a much better situation.
Let's go.
Bad. Well, because higher wage jobs in our society are structured around having a bachelor's degree. A gender imbalance in graduates means a gender imbalance in wages, and in a decade, we are actually going to have the opposite wage gap in the United States. Wages, as we can see now, are directly tied to the dating market, where we have two pernicious things at play. Number one, wages aside, many college-educated women simply do not want to date someone who doesn't have a college degree. This sounds pretentious and snooty, but you can somewhat sympathize.
You see, and that's a problem with women, right? You know, always having high standards. Let me tell you, right, the average guy would date a woman without a college degree, without a single doubt. If she's feminine, has wife qualities, 3 or 4, she has a college degree, the average guy will date her. But for a woman, right, because she has a master's, a PhD, her flipping undergrad degree, she wants a guy on that similar level. The way women think, right, is the reason why they're not going to make it in the long-term game. They're not.
Right. Yeah. So Kevin Samuels called this the tall woman problem. So if you have a woman who is, let's say that she's 5'9", 5'10", the likelihood of her finding a man is very low because she always has her standards. She's not going to change her standards. So basically, if you have, let's say you have a college-educated woman, she has a degree and she works 10 years and she gets to $100,000 a year. The likelihood of her getting married, especially if she's single at the end of those 10 years, the likelihood of her getting married is abysmally low. Just the way it is. Because she's priced herself out of the market. And her standards is that the guy has to do this, that, blah, blah, blah for her, instead of using her salary to build with her husband inside of the family. So it's her decision. And then you get guys like us who say, you're not going to build with us, fine. Okay, we'll use our passport and go to another country and get somebody who makes less than $12,000 a year and build a family with her. Done. What can she do? Nothing. So she's 32, 33 years old. The guys are successful. They're dating women in their 20s. Because women's salary is useless to a man, right? Mostly speaking. So what is she going to do? She's stuck. Well, this is what Kevin Samuels called the tall woman problem.
Facts. And for dudes saying that, college is filled with debt, blah, blah, blah. And I get that, right? But you need to understand, right, there are certain industries where you're going to go to college for. For example, medicine, law, surgeon, particularly law, which is very important here because these people who do law end up becoming lawyers and then judges. As you know, they have a lot of sway in legal, how things are run when it comes to laws, making laws. And I've seen a lot of female lawyers and a lot of female law students, okay? And obviously, if they become judges and, law policy makers, they're going to have a female-centric way of view. They're going to impose a feminist garbage in these laws. We don't want that, okay? So we need men. We need some men to be going into the legal field, becoming judges and having a red pill RP mindset in the way they do their laws so men can benefit or men don't get screwed over by, what's currently happening here in the system, right? You see a lot of female judges, right, that are literally screwing over men in court and giving flipping child support, 20K a month for a kid, and paying spousal support, 50K a month, and one-off payments to the wife, bruv. That is feminist acts right there, bruv. So we can't allow women to just dominate these upper positions, or else men will get screwed over. Let's keep it real.
Well, I mean, there's no way that this is going to be changing anytime in our lifetimes. It's impossible. So I would say the best option is to, use your passport and leave. But right now, what is it? I mean, males between the age of 18 to 30, something like 60% of them are not engaged in the dating market. So, I mean, it's the change is there. Western women are going to reap what they sow in this area, which is going to be a lot of them dying alone. They're not going to have anyone around. And they're going to be looking at the time when Western men were simping as kind of like the golden age, and what happened and why did it go away. They're probably going to be asking this for the next 30, 40 years at least.
Facts. Absolute facts.
Yeah.
College is a good proxy for whether you share the same social values, type of media you enjoy, city life, shared experience you can relate to. Number 2, college is also a good proxy for whether you make decent money. So many women simply aren't culturally or economically interested in working class men. As the share of working class men rises compared to the share of college educated women rises, we now have a full-blown cultural crisis in our hands.
And that's the problem right there. Okay. Ignoring working class men who are truck drivers, men who are electricians, men who are plumbers, men who actually are the reason why things function in society, they get disrespected and demeaned by these so-called high-value lawyer females, surgeon females. And that's not right there. Because I guarantee you, right, a male surgeon and a male doctor and a male lawyer would date a female plumber and a female electrician if she had the right qualities. So you see how different men and women think? Okay, and this is why, go on, bro.
Well, I mean, it's just a difference. Remember, we'll date the plumber, but she has to be in her 20s.
Yep.
We're not dating a plumber in her 40s. Sorry, it doesn't work. Whereas the women, they'll date a guy in his 40s as long as he's successful and makes a lot of money and has 6-pack abs, 6 feet tall, blah 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 blah.
Facts, absolute facts. But despite all that, brothers, get your passport. Okay, so I'm gonna remove that here from the screen. Let's react this one over here. Okay, big news. Okay, we all wanted some development here, some progression here, and we'll see what he thinks.
They can do.
So BRICS, okay, has launched a product called BRICS Pay that could literally shake the dollar and change the way the global landscape is. Let's check it out.
There's a really significant development. A new financial system, BRICS Pay, has been launched. This new financial settlement platform is going to change the volume of trade and the volume of financial transactions between the BRICS members. It will make it much easier for them, and as you know, those payments and those transactions will not be denominated in the US dollars.
So this further pushes the de-dollarization around the world as more countries become independent. We have the BRICS nations having their own payment system now called BRICS Pay, where they can buy products off each other using their own currency. This is incredible. Let's carry on watching over here.
The bloc's member countries are really focused on de-dollarizing, and the new system may just help them do that sooner rather than later. BRICS Pay is a blockchain-based system, meaning it operates on a distributed ledger. It is not a central bank digital.
Hear that? So that's them leveraging crypto technology as well. This is awesome, man. Flipping heck. BRICS is sounding like the future over here, and they're challenging America. Let's carry on watching.
Currency, CBDC, or a cryptocurrency. It is designed as a digital service that does not have a single acceptable currency. Any of the members' currencies can be used. The main goal is to enable trade and to enable financial transactions between the BRICS countries by bypassing the United States dollar and reducing.
If you bypass the US dollar, you're lessening their power if you don't need their resources to exchange products and resources. Oh my goodness.
Reducing dependency on Western financial systems, for example, on SWIFT. There are countries.
You know, a couple of years ago, Theo, we know that SWIFT dropped Russia and other nations, okay? And a lot of countries were panicking. Yo, could they do that to us? Because every country uses SWIFT for transactions, payments. And if you're not part of that system, well, practically you're screwed. But now there's an alternative system here that BRICS are building that could and will challenge the SWIFT system, where countries don't have to fear about, hey, okay, if I get dropped on SWIFT, I can go on BRICS and work with their system as well. This is what we need.
That have been cut off from SWIFT, right? We know this very well. And so BRICS Pay will effectively replace SWIFT functionality while also giving the countries of the so-called global south control over its availability. Nobody will be able to pull the rug from under their feet using sanctions. Think about the volume of transactions that
it kind of makes sanctions, powerless. It's awesome.
The dollar will no longer be involved in. Saudi oil shipments to China. China is the biggest oil importer in the world, and the Saudi Arabia agreed to settle transactions with China using the yuan. The bloc will now have an entirely separate financial settlement system.
This is insane. You know, BRICS is making headways to challenge the US hegemony. We know the US, the EU, Australia, they're all in it together with the US at the top of the chain. Okay, so basically the Western powers run the money system. They run the world effectively by the dollar. Okay, BRICS are making headway progression in creating their own system to challenge that hegemony, and they're succeeding with BRICS Pay. BRICS Pay is looking like it might revolutionize the game and empower poorer nations to actually see, hey, I don't need to use BRICS. I don't need to use, the dollar. I have BRICS that I can use as well. So what works best for me, my economy, my people? Theo, what's your thoughts here, bro?
This is a joke.
What?
As long as the yuan is not freely convertible on the market, this is a joke right here. The yuan is government controlled. The yuan cannot be converted as a currency in an international market. It's a controlled currency. So that would be the first thing that I would be looking at it. Outside of this is something that looks cute. That's it. That was the first thing I looked at when you were talking. I just went on there. I was like, do they allow the yuan to freely trade on the market? Nope. It's not convertible. Nope. This isn't going to work. Because ultimately what's going to happen is that you're going to get a certain amount of, you have balance of payments. You have government balance of payments. So let's say you have the Saudis sending money. It's like sending oil. And if they're not buying a certain amount of materials from China, then how is China going to be paying for that oil? So you say this BRICS Pay. Well, if it's not freely convertible, then how is it converting the yuan to BRICS Pay? That doesn't make sense. So then if you're saying, well, you're using crypto, that would still be a currency which is convertible. Because if you're using, let's say you're going yuan to Bitcoin, for example, well, Bitcoin can be converted to the dollar. So you have these huge balance of payments. The Bitcoin and the dollar is basically the same thing. It doesn't matter because it can be easily, the Bitcoin can go into dollar can go into Bitcoin in and of itself. It doesn't matter. So if you don't have that convertibility with the yuan to Bitcoin or some other another cryptocurrency, no, man. No. You don't have it being freely traded. So you're saying that hold on, I'm looking at Rel saying it's getting the yuan ready to be freely traded. I don't think so. China right now has a 300% ratio government GDP debt to actual debt. So actual GDP. That means we'll say basically China's government debt is 3 times the size of its GDP. This is just a question of time before you have a collapse in the economy. So as long as you have this thing going on, you're not going to have any conversion of the yuan in the international market because the yuan will drop in value drastically overnight. The currency is currently overvalued. So I don't know how they're going to do this. This is a cute little thing. And then you have Russia right now spending over 35% of its GDP, of its budget on a war in Ukraine. That these are good numbers for supporting an additional currency. What you have here is basically Putin trying to exempt himself from sanctions so that he can pay for Chinese-based goods in China, right? So you have a lot of war materials that China is making for Russia, but the Chinese banks can't accept rubles. So if they can't accept rubles, what are they supposed to do? So the Chinese banks can, if they decide that they're not going to work in the international market, then they can do something, but the international market is the most lucrative market for them. So they're not going to go ahead and do this. No, it can't happen. So this is why I say this is a joke right now. I don't see any market fundamentals at all that would actually work here. This is a cute little thing. It's not reality.
Let me share my screen over here and show you, the working product here. I'm gonna push back that I disagree that I feel, because this is a big game changer in the whole geopolitical space. Okay, present share screen. Okay, so here's an image of the card itself. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen over here. Okay, here's the image here, and it's called BRICS Pay. This is incredible. And here's the card. It's being demoed currently, and look at it, man. It's looking fantastic. It's looking awesome. We're seeing some headway here in its progression. Okay, I'm gonna stop sharing over here. Okay, I'm gonna go to the official BRICS Pay website. Okay, so major moves are being made in this space. Share screen, BRICS Pay, and lo and behold, okay, look at the website over here. New BRICS countries: Saudi Arabia, UAE, Ethiopia, Egypt. I think that's Iran joining. Look at that, man. Here's the BRICS Pay website, GDP. It explains what it's doing, what it does. Achieving financial independence is paramount for nations seeking political, energy, food, technological, and other forms of sovereignty. I definitely agree with that. We're tired of the US running the show, okay? And those who control the money run the show. So you need to be independent. You need to work with other people, build your economy, and build your own system, right? With BRICS, ain't no one getting sanctioned and being hurt. Okay, you sanction me, America, I'm going to BRICS, and I can trade on their platform, etc., etc. America should be scared because BRICS are making headway, man. They should be scared, bro.
No,
they're gonna be scared, brother.
No, this is lower than the EU, and the EU doesn't give a crap about this. They don't care. This is not a challenge to the euro. It's a zero. You got a bunch of empty land here, and you got, again, the amount of production which is being done, the amount of global value here is not really what you all guys think it is, particularly with China. China's economy is going to collapse within the next 2 years without that. It's just a question of time. Production is leaving China. It's going to other countries. They don't have the ability to pay the debts. They have some things they can do, but they're not really sustainable long term. So yeah, Brazil is fine, but I mean, it's not nearly it's not a global leader in terms of a reserve currency. It's not the way it's going on. No. So I think it's cute. And again, it has a nice little card. I'm looking at my PayPal card right now. I mean, this is one of my PayPal card, right? I don't go crazy over a PayPal card. It's no big deal. If they just have a card on there, it really, I say at the end, who cares? The economic fundamentals are not there to make a currency which will challenge even the EU. They're not challenging Germany or Switzerland.
Things will take time, Phil. Don't worry. Things will take time. Don't worry, Phil.
If the euro can't challenge the United States, how are this is? We've had over 20 years of the euro. Still ain't doing it.
Don't worry, Phil. Time will tell. Okay.
These currencies couldn't challenge the British pound. I'm serious. Even your currency, it cannot challenge. I'm not doing it. So I mean, it takes time. No, it takes deregulation. Deregulate the currencies, let it freely trade. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Just, boom. Suddenly the Chinese economy just gets deflated. It's done.
Don't bet against the BRICS. I'm saying that for you, okay? So we'll check it for you.
I'm not voting with it. It has nothing there to do. It has not. No, man.
Don't worry, Phil.
Even China has a better position. Sorry, Japan has a better position right now than the BRICS does.
We'll see. We'll see in the future. Okay, I disagree there, Phil, and obviously we're going to track this development very closely. So let me share my screen over here. Okay, to this one over here. Okay.
The reason why beautiful women are nuts is actually pretty simple.
So I want to make it very clear here, right? Like me personally, I don't see myself being with a 10 out of 10 beautiful chick. And I spoke about this in my Discord. So again, I joined the Discord, okay, if you want to be in touch with the community. And I've mentioned that there's problems with dating really good looking women. 10 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. There's a lot of problems here. And this dude here is going to explain it. And me and Phil are going to chime in and give our own opinion. Phil may disagree or agree with me. I don't know if Phil likes dating beautiful women like that. I think we all do. But there's problems dating the very top beautiful chicks. Give me a 7 out of 10 chick, okay, that's feminine and submissive, okay, rather than the 10 out of 10 chick. Problems always come with these ultra good looking women. I don't want those problems, bro. I don't want no problems in the matter with me. Let's go.
Here it is. Beautiful women are nuts because no one ever tells them the truth. That's it. There are some women out there who have never been told the truth in their entire lives. Like, can you imagine? You've been alive 20, 30 years and you've never been told the truth?
That's facts. That's absolute facts. The world lies to them. The people around them lie to them. And we know why. Particularly men always lie to them. Men are normally yes men when it comes to ultra beautiful women. So let's say you meet a woman who's 25, right? And she's been told yes her whole life by men. Agreeing with her opinions, her way of life, etc., etc. And you come in and you disagree with some parts, you challenge her, you won't see her again, bro. You won't see her again. You know? And that's a problem with dating beautiful chicks, right? They've been around too many yes men and they expect you to be a yes man. Phil, what's your thoughts there about that comment there?
Oh, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. And this is a problem I'm having with a woman in my life right now, actually. Very much.
Speak on that. Speak on that.
Well, I mean, she's used to getting quite a lot. And, you know, she looks at other girls who are getting this and that, look at basically guys who are sipping over them. and she thinks that I should treat her the same way. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to treat you that way. There's no way. It's not going to happen. So, it's unfortunate, but, you know, you could date a beautiful woman. It just says you have to tell her the truth and be down to earth with her.
Sophia, how have you dealt with that with your current chick you're dealing with, where you said no to her, and how's she taken that? You know, break it down for us, Sophia.
Not too well at all. So we have issues. There's definitely issues right now, and I'm trying to deal with them. But I mean, I'm looking at her. I'm like, you're getting older, and I'm getting richer. You're not in a good negotiating position with me right now, and I know that. So, you know what my program is. If you're not going to get on it, then you know it'll be heartbreaking for me, but I will have to do what I need to do. But I don't want to do that. So we'll see what happens. But again, beautiful women need to be told the truth. That's just fundamentally important.
Facts.
Can you imagine how distorted a model of reality you would have? Most women are not going to change their minds when they hear the truth. They've already decided what they want, and consequently what they want to hear, and they may already have a general model of reality that's been reinforced by years or decades of being lied to. This is not something that typically can be disabused with words. So,
facts, absolute facts. You always got to tell her what she wants to hear. And that's not good as a man, because as a man, you got to stand on business and tell it as it is, particularly in relationships, right? So you can't keep the truth away from her. Okay, you can't, or else you're gonna suffer in that relationship. And that's a problem there with dealing with beautiful chicks. Okay, it's that expectation where everything has to fall her way because she knows she has options. And a woman who has options, right, is a dangerous woman, in my honest opinion. And she will exercise that option if she senses trouble, right? Which is why I really don't want a 10 out of 10 chick. Problems come with these damn chicks, these IG models, you know, these models who model for Vogue or whatever. I don't want them, bruv, right? It's not worth the headache and trouble. It's not worth it.
that's why beautiful women are nuts. No one tells them the truth. The only possible exception occurs when these beautiful women had very strong men in their households growing up. They had a strong father or strong brothers. This is because these men might be the only men in the world who aren't trying to them. And because of that, they may potentially be able to apply appropriate consequences to the tantrums and emotional fallout that can occur when you tell women the truth.
Thing is, right, how many women nowadays feel have strong males in their families, particularly in the West, where it's incredibly feminized, where the man goes into school, high school, middle school, college, and they're constantly talking down on men. They're constantly feeding men the feminine garbage rhetoric. Don't challenge women, blah, 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 strong, independent women. How many men, honestly, right, are strong-willed in the Western families? There isn't many. There isn't a lot, right? Normally, it's these foreign dudes who are immigrants who come from Moldova or who come from Ukraine or whatever, where it's a masculine society, and they'll tell you as it is to a chick. The average dude, right, the brother or the father, isn't going to discipline his beautiful daughter or sister. Let's keep it real. Keep it fair. In that a fair point?
Okay, so most men in the West, women, most guys are saying anything they possibly can to shoot their shot with a woman in the West. So, as Psychax is stating here, the woman is listening to a bunch of lies, essentially. So she doesn't know what reality is, right? So, if you tell her reality, she can go back and find 20 other guys who will lie to her, and then she can maintain something with those other guys. What I always say is, look at the results. Where are you ultimately in the end? Where are your results? And if she doesn't get the results that she wants, it kind of doesn't matter in the end, because the guys got what they wanted from her, which was using her body. But did she get what she wanted from the guys? And for the most part, that's no. I did a study of this. This is something I like doing just on my own. I stay up at night and I'm just studying this. Do you know how many like Playboy playmates don't actually reproduce? Like, have you studied it? Have you gone through? I
Nope.
think it's around 50% at least. And if we're talking like don't marry and don't reproduce, I think the number is even higher. I mean, I don't, it's like 50. I think a lot of these women don't even get married. I should actually produce the number. I've been surprised, like, how many women I thought were drop dead gorgeous. It's like, simply put, like, I would do anything to have her, right? And you see, like, after 20 years, she has no children. She has no husband. And you have all these different reasons for it. And you're looking back and you're like, the 6 in your country did better than you in terms of reproduction and having a family, when you had millions of men fantasizing about you. For heaven's sakes, like, what is the issue? And the issue is that she listens to the guys who say what she wants to hear, but not give her what she wants to receive. There it is.
Facts.
These men are these women's best chance of remaining in touch with reality. Unfortunately, even though these fathers and brothers probably love and care for these women more than any other man does, some of them still won't respond well to this accountability, and they fall further and further down the rabbit hole into Wonderland. So there you go. Men want to fuck beautiful women, and telling women the truth doesn't get them laid. So that's why beautiful women are nuts.
That's facts. That's absolutely facts, man. So Theo, so 2 options here, right? You have a 7 out of 10 chick, okay, who's feminine submissive, but you have a 10 out of 10 chick, feminine submissive, but throughout her life hasn't been told no, knows men will simp for her. Who you going for, Theo?
Boy, that's a tough one. That's,
Ooh.
yeah, I'd probably, I mean, it depends on how together I've got my life. So, I mean, if I have my body back to under 10% body fat the way it used to be, let's say I actually could achieve that. And I'm fully, like, I have a full command of the RP, I'd probably go for the 10 first, honestly speaking. But I would keep my eye out on the 6 or 7. But I would definitely go for that 10. But I would tell her reality about life and see if she goes for it. If she doesn't, okay, fine. I go for I have this 6 or 7 back right there as a backup. But of course I would. I mean, that's just the way I'm wired. I'm going to go for the 10. So, why wouldn't I?
It's also the fact that she's a 10. She draw a lot of attention. Dude's trying to test you. Dude's trying to take it away from you. I don't want to be constantly on guard where I'm ready to fight someone. I don't want those problems, man. I just want to be chill. And having a 10 out of 10 chick just causes too much attention. And I just don't want it, bruv.
Oh, I don't care about the attention. Look, if you do interracial dating, everyone's going to be looking at you anyway. I mean, just get used to it. Like, I was dating this one woman in California, right? She's California blonde. She's beautiful. She's just totally hot. And we were going shopping sometime, and she was like, everybody is looking at us. And I was like, yeah, that's right. They are looking at us. Let them keep on looking. I don't care. Every time I'm dating, it's always an interracial dating. And so they're always going to look. I don't care. So if they're going to look at us, I'd rather have the hottest chick I possibly could have. right? Because I don't care. It's for her. It's something, something new. But they're going to be looking at her anyway because she's beautiful. So go for it.
Facts, Phil. Go on, bro.
Yeah. That's just the way I am. I just go for it. Might as well go for it in the end.
Yeah, bro. Obviously, I've been on dates, right, with different races of women, and people look, man. And I hate it, man. Like, what are you looking at, man? Like, I'll be on a train, people just looking, staring at us. I'm like, what is this, man? I just don't like it, bruv. Like, yeah, it's a black dude with an Asian chick or whatever, and yeah, what's up? I remember I was on the train a couple years ago. Right? I was going on a date with this European chick, right, and she was good looking. I admit that, very good looking, and people would just stare at us, man, stare at her, stare at me, and thinking, yo, what's going on there? Why is she with this black girl? Why is he with her? I didn't like it, bro. I'll be honest with you. I just hate it, man. But it is what it is, man. F it, bruv.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So let's talk on this topic. When I was in university, so there were girls I knew I could never date. Like I just knew I could not date them. It was impossible. So I did what Kevin Samuels suggested. I went into voluntary friend zone with them. So I was sitting there talking to these girls about their lives, and everything was real between us. But it was the unwritten rule I would never hit on them. Okay, that was fine. I learned so much about beautiful women, about how they really think, about what they really do. They're just humans like the rest of us, right? So all you have to do is really get your crap together and go for, I always say, go for the most beautiful woman you possibly can go for. And the youngest and most beautiful. Because if you have it, that woman will go out with you most likely. The whole thing is, do you want to lie and perpetuate lies to her? And that's the issue. Whereas I don't want to perpetuate lies. I don't feel like perpetuating a lie. It's just not who I am. So that puts you if you're lying, that puts you at a disadvantage.
Facts, absolute facts. Awesome. Theo, how long do you have left, Theo?
Got another 10 minutes. I gotta go back to work.
Okay, awesome. All right, let me share my screen here. I got an article.
Mm-hmm.
All right, article and video. Then let you go, Theo. All right, so let me see. Share screen over here. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen over here, Theo. Okay, and it says here the possibility of a US recession in the next year has fallen to 15%. I'm not sure I agree with that. Okay, it says here the likelihood of a US recession in the coming year has declined amid signs of a still solid job market, according to Goldman Sachs research. Our economists say that there's a 15% chance, and this is by Goldman Sachs' website or this article, there's a 50% chance of recession in the next 12 months, down from their earlier prediction of 20%. That's in line with the unconditional long-term average probability of 15%. Okay, so what's going on here? Okay, it says here, the most important reason for the forecast change is that the US unemployment rates fell to 4% in September, below the level in July, when the rate jumped to 4%, okay, just over 4%, and marginally below the June level of 4.054%, okay? Interesting. It says here, the fundamental upward pressure on the unemployment rates may have ended via a combination of a stronger labor demand and demand growth from weaker labor supply growth because of slowing immigration. Another point here, non-farm US payrolls grew by just over 250,000 in September, a sharp upside surprise to what economists expected. Okay, interesting here. So they're saying here that the likelihood of a recession has dropped from 20% to 15%. Now, Theo, you're in the US. Okay, you're seeing the market, you're seeing what's around you, right? If Kamala wins the election next month, right, we can assume that there will be a recession in the next year. And this article here is just, blowing smoke. What's your thoughts here, Theo?
Okay, so I agree that the probability of a recession has actually decreased. Yep, I very much agree with that. What we have right now is stagflation. And the prices are increasing, yes, and the wages are staying the same. This is actually quite an issue. But there are still, people still have jobs, they're still able to buy something, although it's less. So the economy is still going ahead. So it doesn't mean that the quality of the situation isn't improving, but we're still working. It's not the 70s where there was stagflation and there was unemployment, which was actually horrible. So I don't think that we're in a recession. No, I would agree with that. I don't think we're going to go into a recession anytime soon. There's too many growth industries going on right now, so the economy will still keep on going. That being stated, if Harris gets in there, we're going to have some trouble with the economy. But what I mean by that is increased stagflation. I don't think she has any idea how to properly run the economy at all. So it'll be more stagflation, more and more stagflation. What we actually need is deregulation.
Facts, absolute facts. So now you would say that if Trump wins the election next year, we can assume that stagflation would go away or become less of a problem with Trump in office.
Oh yeah, that stagflation will go away instantly. What really needs to happen is that welfare payments need to decrease, and taxation needs to decrease to some degree, and then there needs to be an additional round of deregulation. And if that happens, that'll be very wonderful for our economy over here. And then of course they have the passport bill. If that actually goes through, we're going to be in a very good position. So
awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. As you know, what happens in America affects the whole world. Okay, so which is unfortunate. Which is why we push for BRICS. We push for sovereignty, financial independence, because we're just a bit tired where America has a cold, the whole world sneezes.
Hold on. What happens in China affects the whole world. Remember the whole COVID thing happened in China. It wasn't us. We didn't do that. China gives the world influenza every year. So the common cold, it comes from the Hong Kong area yearly. So that case, it's actually China who does it, not us. Right?
Why not both? Because America houses the biggest companies in the world: Microsoft, Google, Apple, etc. And if they were having, let's say, non-growth for a long time, that would affect economies all around the world. Seeing how it's interlinked with their products, are interlinked with what we do over here, over there.
What percentage of their growth is based upon China? I think Apple, 40% of their growth is actually based upon China. I think Microsoft, the same thing. So you have to look at it, how much they're actually depending on China for additional revenue. This isn't like the US thing at all. No. They need China for growth.
Okay, interesting. All right, thank you very much. Awesome. All right, Theo, you got one. You got time for one more. You have to drop up, brother. It's up to you.
Let me do one more.
Okay. All right, brother. All right. So let me share my screen over here. Let's share our screen to this interesting video over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Ruel, you want to call in after so we can speak about crypto if you have time? That'll be up to you, brother. So let me share my screen here. So this is what 75%. This is what 75. Sorry, $75,000 gets you in Japan. Once again, this is what $75,000 gets you in Japan. Let's check it out.
Do you want to know what 75 grand gets you in Japan? This place has 5 bedrooms and is within 40 minutes of central Tokyo. It's a 6-minute walk from Yamate Station. You're not going to find anything like this within Nakaku, Yokohama. First of all, this house is massive. The structure is 99 square meters and it comes with a whopping 226 square meters of land. There's a lot going on back here though. Let's go inside. There's a ton of stuff inside, but beyond that, it looks like it's in good shape. There's a sunroom too, so you can dry your clothes on rainy days too. The living, dining, kitchen area seems to be pretty spacious, and the bathroom area looks like it's in decent condition. Let's go upstairs. There are 2 spacious bedrooms and a balcony. Looks pretty good. There are some really good looking houses in this area, and it's right next to this street. If you go this way, you go to Chinatown, and if you go this way, you get to Yamate Station. So I ran to Chinatown via Ishikawacho Station first. It took me about 5 minutes to the station and another 3 minutes to Chinatown. How about Yamate Station? It's a steep downhill, but it really is a 6-minute walk to the station. Would you pay $75,000 for this abandoned house in Japan? Let me know in the comments.
Absolutely. So we know in the West, right, house prices are inflated in the UK, in America, to the point where many people cannot get on the property ladder. This is why as passport bros, we need to have a global citizen mindset. So let's break down that house, right, for only 75K. I like how it looks. It's quite spacious, good area, looks safe. Only 75K, bruv. So imagine, right, you're an IT worker living in Japan, remote job, getting paid in dollars or pounds or whatever currency. Okay, you can buy a house as cheap as this. I can't imagine a house costing like this in the UK or in America. And this is what I'm saying, bruv. UK and America and the West are running a scam. They are running a scam. Yes, I know that Japan has Japan's property value deflates. Okay, it doesn't increase in value. However, you want to be putting your money in stocks or other assets to increase while you live in a house in Japan. Okay, so even though your house is decreased in value, your money in the stock market is increasing every year or every month. Okay, so you're getting some growth somewhere. We all need a place to live. For 75K, living in there with your dime half black, half Japanese chick, Blasian chick, or half Brazilian Japanese, bro, that's a great deal. Let's keep it real, brothers, man. Theo, what's your thoughts there on this property, the value, the price? Break it down.
I call cap on this one. I would be looking at a list of properties in that environment. If there are like 10 or 15 in that environment which have the same kind of pricing, okay, now we've got something. My question is, what is the issue with that house? Let's look at the foundation. Let's look at the fundamentals of it and see if there's something else going on. I'm actually online right now looking at the station. I'm looking at the environment. And I don't see other homes being sold in that area for similarly priced. So because of this, no, man. I would say what happened? Oh, does someone get like deleted in there hardcore? There's a Ju-on in there? Okay. Well, there's a Ju-on in there. Okay, I'm not gonna be there. All right. Hands off. You know Ju-on?
That's like the ringu, right? Some sort of ghost or spirit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's, in Japanese, it's Ju-on. So, I mean, is there somebody going to come out through the walls and start talking to me? I don't need that. Okay, I'll let that house be. Right? I want to see what's going on. So, I would be looking at the similar prices in that environment and see if there's more than one. It's like what I always say about a beautiful woman. If you see one beautiful woman and you don't see any others, you're in the wrong place. That's the wrong market for you. If you see 15, 20 beautiful women, they're coming in flocks, you're in the right place. Yeah, you've got something, you've got options. So I want to see what's actually going on there. That for that area, I'm looking at it right now. For that area in Yokohama, that what I'm seeing there, like you're seeing like grass, you're seeing trees, you're seeing vegetation, stuff like that around. Something is wrong. I call cap.
So tell me what prices you're seeing on Google for similar houses in the area.
I'm on a Japanese site right now. It's basically, everything is like $500,000, 400,000 to $500,000. I'm not seeing this kind of situation. So, I mean, that actually makes sense. I don't trust it.
Interesting, but we know that there are house prices that's quite cheap or similar prices there in Japan that brothers can buy, right? And
yeah, but it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of nowhere. I mean, okay, so like I come from Illinois. There in my hometown, you can buy 2,000 square feet for $60,000 right now. Right? Okay, $60,000, 2,000 square feet. Sounds pretty good. The only problem is that there's no mass transportation. You can't get to a major airport, so you can't get into the city and you can't get out of the city. You can only stay there. So actually leaving takes a considerable effort. You're stuck there. Why would you want to be there? There's no industry there. There's nothing going on. A lot of violence is increasing. So you have to look at why that's actually happening. I don't, man. Yeah, of course. When this actually happened, I thought this would be much further out. So this is the first time I've seen you post something like they see saying 40 minutes to Tokyo, which is actually correct. It is 40 minutes to Tokyo. That is correct. But I call cap, man. Something's wrong.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Theo, for your time, brother. Okay, much appreciated, bro. Thank you very much.
Hold on, we gotta go. Junkhead had a super chat. I gotta go challenge that.
Let me see. Okay.
Super chat.
Hold on. Shout out to Morgan for the support. West has become Prince John and IT in Robin Hood. Yes, indeed. Shout out to Jokey for the support. IP, you are correct. BRICS is the future. Theo is wrong. The vast majority of the world's resources are in the BRICS countries. That's a fact. The gold, particularly gold and oil. Yep. The G7 cannot contend with over 100 countries acting as a collective. Facts.
Yeah. Let's try to get 100 countries acting as a collective first. Let's do that. So most countries have trade wall tariffs against each other. So they can't actually freely trade. So how are you going to do that? That's like, look, Jughead, that's delusional thinking that you're going to think that they're going to act together and have all their common interests. No, that's not what happens. What happens is that you have countries saying you can't sell agriculture here, you can't sell various products here. We can buy what we want from you, but you can't. Well, actually, we can sell what we want to you, but we're not going to buy your products. We're going to have a trade tariff against you. So as long as you have that, bro, that's just the way. You're not nothing is being accomplished. So you can't get 100 countries working together. No. Right now we have BRICS. What? It's under 10 countries that are together with BRICS, something like that. Maybe it's 15, less than that. What's their collective GDP? What's their collective production? I mean, you have no rule of law in Russia. You have no real ability to do taxation in Russia. Then you have the yuan, which cannot be converted. Just those two alone. It doesn't set the proper foundation. You don't have a union like the EU, where you have all these countries that are freely trading with each other. And like there's everything is standardized. They ain't doing that. You don't have 100 countries doing that. Nah, man. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, bro.
Don't worry, Phil. It's coming soon, bro. Don't worry, man. I know you're critical.
No, you can't. You can barely get the Baltic states that joined the EU. I mean, it's hard enough. You're not. There's real limitations. People are really geopolitics. Countries are really fighting against each other. So you're not really. I mean, again, you have some like ideal. We're gonna do this an ideal point of view. Okay, let's see it happen. Okay, let's have China say we can sell to you, but we're not going to buy your products. What are you going to do then? That's what they have against America. And also Japan has that, largely speaking. So like the Apple, okay, they say, okay, you want to make the iPhone? You want to sell the iPhone in China? Okay, you have to make it here. Then you can sell it here. Well, that's not a free market. Nah, that's not. How's other countries going to be dealing with that? No, come on. Anyway.
Thank you, Theo.
Hope for the best, but it's not going to happen. Anyway.
We'll see, Theo. Thank you, bro. Any last word before we drop off?
It was good. I think AI is going to be very interesting. As you were talking, I was going back on the Facebook and looking at various AI models and how they have progressed over the last 2 years. And again, compared to within a 2-year time period, some of these AI models, if I didn't know it's AI, I wouldn't be able to tell. The only way that I would be able to tell, like if I did a search for her on Wikipedia and say like, why is there no entry for her on Wikipedia? Like this model should obviously have an entry. Where is she? Where's her history? Right? So, guys, I'm just saying it's just a question of time before AI really does amazing things. I say major distortion within the dating market, but it's going to be for men. That's where the big area is going to be, not for women. Anyway, guys, I will see you guys next week. I had a good time talking, and let's have some fun. All right. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks, Theo. You're a legend. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. See ya.
Peace out, brother. Awesome. That's the legend Theo over there. Brothers, so call in if you want to chime in on this stream, the topic of AI, okay? Let's get some donations in, bro. Hit the super chats, hit the PayPal, please support what I do. Join the Patreon, okay, for intel on stocks, crypto, and foreign women, okay? Please join the Patreon. If you're trying to join the Patreon on the iOS app, it will not work. So go on patreon.com/international passport. Go on the actual link itself and join via the web link, which I just posted on the chat. Okay, that's temporary. There's some issues there with joining from iPhones. So go on the actual website itself and do it on Chrome, Internet Explorer, etc., etc. Okay. I'm also on Kick. Okay, I'm preparing for the Munich, Germany streams. I got a lot of content in my time in Munich, Germany. So hold on. So basically, I need to clip all my Munich, Germany content and post it on the channel. So I was in Oktoberfest. Okay, I want to post some clips from Oktoberfest. I was in the park. I was partying. I was clubbing as well. So I want to drop some clips of me in the club and me clubbing, like I was in Germany a couple of years ago. I was also in Ibiza, Spain. I was on the beach. I was also clubbing too in Ibiza, which was awesome. So I'm gonna post some clips in the coming days and weeks of my time in Ibiza and Spain, so you can see how we live, the budgeting, cost of living. There'll be streams on Kick and on Twitch. So please follow me on Kick and follow me on Twitch. Okay. Follow me on Kick, follow me on Twitch, okay? Because the streams will be exclusive. Ibiza, Spain, Munich, Germany will be on Twitch and Kick. I'm also going to write a full breakdown of my trip in Germany and post that on the Patreon. So please join the Patreon, support what I'm doing, please, please, please. So here's my Twitch and here's my Kick. So please, if you don't have an account on Twitch and Kick, please create an account, okay? I'm going to be streaming a lot more on Twitch and Kick. Okay, so please create an account and follow me on those platforms on Twitch and Kick. That'd be greatly appreciated. Okay, so let's open up the phone lines. Call in if you want to speak about this topic. Okay, but don't forget to support me however you can. That'd be greatly appreciated, man. Okay, call in, post Streamer link in the chat, and let's get it cracking, man. Great stream. Shout out to Theo, man. That's a legend right there. Right, he's an absolute legend. You know, we have to respect. And yep, I shared the link in the chat, bro. I'm gonna pin it in the chat, Ruel. The crypto bro in the building. Let's go. I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin it, bro. There we go. Okay, pinned. Awesome. If you're on Rumble, give me a shout out. Let me know if you're watching from Rumble. I'm also streaming on Rumble right now. What's going on, my Rumble brothers? If you're on Rumble, salute to y'all. Salute. There's a couple people watching live on Rumble. Awesome, man. Kick, Twitch, follow that. Twitch, Kick, follow that. Okay. Make sure you do, because we have some interesting streams on Berlin, IP, Berlin, Munich, bro. IP, don't you getting tired already, bro? Recharge your batteries, actually. IP, get some more Duracell batteries. Aussies on Kick, awesome. Aussies on Kick, brothers. Make sure you join the Kick as well, man. Okay, and join Aussie in the Kick platform. Jam, camera on in the background, so I know you're not a troll, please. Security vetting checks. Yep, you're a brother. Thank you very much, Jam. Camera off. Okay, let me bring in Jam in the background. Okay, what's going on, Jam? How you doing, bro? Been a minute.
It's been that long. I called after the Kamala stream, but no, I've been doing well. I'm going back to the States in a week, so it'll be my first time going since I've left the country this April.
Okay, is that for business or is that for work or?
Well, yeah, a couple of things. I need to buy a couple of things that's just not readily available in Brazil, and of course, you know, there's an important election that I want to be there for. So I'm in one of the battleground states, so I got to put my vote in, you know. But yeah, I'll be there for 2 weeks, and I'm quickly going back. I think 2 weeks is as much as I can stomach in that wasteland that we call America. So anyway, besides that, I caught about half your stream. I didn't catch the crypto part about it. However, I won't comment on that because I'm a traditionalist when it comes to investing. You know what I mean? So crypto to me, maybe I still understand it, but I don't invest in things I don't understand. I think that's good advice. You know, if you don't understand something, don't put your money into it. And for me personally, I just don't get it. But I will comment on the AI stuff, right? So when the AI first came along, because I recently just got into I guess you call it IT. I mean, it's not really IT what I do. You know, I'm a computer engineer, but we'll just say the IT sector, right? You know, when I first came on, I was a bit afraid because, you know, I made a pivot. I didn't go to school, right, to become a software engineer. I went to school for, you know, classical engineering, mechanical, and another one, right? I got dual degrees. And so when that AI thing happened, I was like, oh, is this going to ruin my shingding? You know what I mean? However, after seeing AI mature, at least in our sector, because I know you're a software engineer too, right? You're a coder as well. I think it's going to be quite a while before they can replace some of our skill set, because while AI is good at creating things that are already like set, they're not good at discrete concepts. Like something like what's the word I'm looking for? At very particular, creating something that's very particular and minute. You know, I mean, it can create general things. If you actually create something general, it's very good at doing that. But if you need to create a specific thing with specific parameters, IT is very far away from doing that. And the worst part too is that if you do create to be general, and you need to be specific, because you didn't write the code, it's really hard to decipher what the AI is doing in order to try to like re-engineer that and make it better. So it's just often better to just hire a human, like hire you or me, to just create it from scratch than to have the AI do it and then try to fix their code. It's just, so I think at least in the IT spec, like at least from where we're at, we're good. It's kind of like to give an analogy. I know I'm being a little long-winded, but to give an analogy, they used to hire people like us to create websites. And then you had websites that created, that were like code builders that created it for people. So now people no longer hire us to create websites. But the amount of software engineers have only grown since then, hasn't decreased. I don't think it's going to affect us in the slightest.
Facts, absolute facts. Thank you, bro. Rael, let me bring you in. Give me a thumbs up, bro. Can I bring you in? Camera on, is that okay? Give me a thumbs up. Let me bring you Rael in the background. Been a minute, Rael. How you doing, brother?
Pretty good, IP. How are you?
Not too bad, man. Not too bad, brother. You having a good week so far?
Oh yeah, bro. Loving it. Loving it. It's nice here in Arizona. Pretty good temperature as always. I'm doing good, bro.
Fantastic, bro. So, Rael, these chicks? Oh my, who's this? Bro, what would you like to speak about, brother? Is it crypto? Is it the stream topic first? You go first. Fire away, bro.
Well, I love to speak about crypto. A lot of people are thinking that it's going to be a meme coin super cycle coming up. I don't really subscribe to that. I think meme coins are a decent investment, but I actually think there's going to be a utility coin cycle coming up, and I have certain things to kind of back that up.
Fire away, brother. Fire away.
Let me see if I can bring up a website right quick. So a lot of people, I've shared this with people on my channel. If I can share this, let me see if I can share this on the screen here.
Oh man. Can I bring it in? Okay, yeah, I see it in the background. Do you want me to add it?
Yep.
Okay. There you go, bro.
So this is from December 17th, 2022. It's written in a kind of weird manner, but basically what it says is central banks to set standards on crypto exposure for banks. Okay. And this is from the BIS, which is the Bank of International Standards. The new standard limits crypto reserves among banks to 2% by 2025 and goes into effect on January 1st, 2025. So this is going to go into effect January 1st, 2025, and central banks will be able to spend 2% of their reserves in cryptocurrency. So think about this, right? This year, we just had BlackRock have, BlackRock and a few other huge American venture capitalists and institutional investors have Bitcoin ETFs, right? We also got Ethereum ETFs. Now imagine with the BIS saying that central banks can invest in January 1st, 2025. Imagine what that does for coins like XRP, XDC, Quant, things like that. I think it's just going to be huge for utility cryptos. And I think since everybody's kind of thinking meme coins, people are going to kind of miss this part.
Fantastic. Awesome. So utility meaning coins that, do something, right?
Utility meaning coins to do something like XRP is very fast. It's great for cross-border payments. XDC, they're trying to revolutionize trade finance. So, coins like that really do something. And you look at Quant, they're trying to be an overledger of, overledger as in like a ledger of ledgers when it comes to banking and coins.
Fantastic, brothers. Remember, do your own research. We are not financial advisors. Do your own research, okay? So, Rael, the past 7 days has been great for crypto. Bitcoin touched 69K. I thought it touched 70K today, but it dropped to 66, 67K. But I think things are looking at the uptrend over here. I would just say two big questions here. Are we looking at the start of the bull run after the election? Okay. And altcoin season, are we looking at that next year in February, July for the altcoins to really pop off, where we can get the 20x's, 30x's, etc., and ride off in the sunset with our dime blasions.
Right. So there's two things, or maybe even three, to pay attention to. One thing is during like the December time, this is when a lot of places rebalance their portfolios and like do the tax harvesting and everything like that. But before that, we have the presidential elections, and generally, like at least the last like 3 or 4 presidential elections, the economy has boomed after whoever is chosen. So that's going to be big. So maybe we have a little bitty downturn when people are going to rebalance their portfolios towards the end of the year. But the presidential election in November, I think we have a upturn then. And, you know, a little bit of a downturn when people rebalance their portfolios. But then that information I just showed you, January 1st, 2025, you know, central banks are now going to be investing their money, and then boom. I think that's when we finally see the altcoin season. And I think we see central banks more than likely they're not going to be out here investing in like bonk or whatever, right? They're probably going to be investing in, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, you know, like really blue chip, really utility driven coins. Like there's one I'd like to share with you, which you can buy on Coinbase. I don't know if we talked about it before on here. I'll let you know when I have it pulled up. But the coin itself is called LCX. It's the Liechtenstein exchange. Now, for you guys who know about the whole thing about, you know, they say that Switzerland is always neutral, right? It's not that Swiss is always neutral because they're neutral. It's because that's where all the banks are, right? We all know that's where the banks are. So Liechtenstein is this little rich country right next to Switzerland and Austria. And if you guys know anything about the World Economic Forum, the World Economic Forum is held in Davos. That's in Switzerland. So this exchange is like right next to them. It's also a member of the World Economic Forum. And if you look at what they say on the World Economic Forum, which we're going to pull it up, they call LCX a member. They also call them a blockchain bank. Yes, a blockchain bank. So let me pull that up. So the big thing to understand about cryptocurrency is a lot of people think, okay, cryptocurrency is this like it's challenging money. How could you ever replace the US dollar? But when you really like kind of look under the covers, cryptocurrency is run by the same people who run our society now, who run our money now. This is just a better, faster, more advanced system for them. So everything that you have been told about cryptocurrency being this replacement for the dollar, no, it's really not that. It's really going to be the replacement system that's better and faster and stronger than the system they have now. Because, hey, if you have a dollar, you can't necessarily track what you're doing with that dollar. Yeah, the dollars have like tracking numbers on them, but cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, it has a ledger. Okay, so it's, you know, you can track where the Bitcoin goes because it's marked. You know, the Bitcoin's marked. So so it's a little bit fugazi when they say that it's used for black market stuff. I mean, it is, but it's silly for you to use it for black market stuff because it's a ledger. It's a ledger of what Bitcoin you used. It can be tracked and traced. So, but back to LCX. So here you see LCX. It says a blockchain bank for the new.
Shall I bring your screen up?
Yes.
Shall I bring your? Okay. There you go.
So a blockchain bank for the financial world. LCX's goal is to become one of the world's first licensed and supervised blockchain banks, seamlessly blending traditional and crypto assets. LCX will be offering a next generation digital asset exchange, a security exchange token, crypto asset financial products and services. LCX is focused on helping both traditional and blockchain markets participants make the most of opportunities arising from the growth of cryptocurrencies and tokenized assets. LCX was founded, probably I should say, in 2018 and is based in, I'm going to say, Vaduz, Liechtenstein. LCX is building the infrastructure to power professional and crypto finance. Now, I don't know if you guys know too much about the World Economic Forum. I know a lot of people think it's just a think tank, but these are full of the people that kind of run our world. You know, Prince Charles has spoken at the World Economic Forum. So many world leaders have spoken at the World Economic Forum. This is where they kind of make the money moves, to use Cardi B's phrase, of our world here at the World Economic Forum. And LCX is one of those partners. Another partner, of course, is Ripple. If we come look at Ripple, I wonder if they'll just show it right away, or will they give me grief about it? Okay, there we go. Organizations, Ripple. I'm just not going to accept their cookies, so I'm sorry. Y'all going to have to just deal with that. Okay, so Ripple is doing for value what the internet did for information, enabling instant and seamless flow around the world. Ripple causes the internet of value. Using blockchain and cryptocurrency technology, Ripple is dedicated to creating powerful gains in the financial efficiency, equality, and inclusion. In addition, Ripple is developing and enabling future cases that will catalyze the new digital economy for governments, businesses, and consumers. Ripple has offices in San Francisco, New York, London, Mumbai, Singapore, Sao Paulo. I can't even say that. Washington, D.C., and Dubai. So think about it this way, guys. One of the things that Ripple is really good at is cross-border payments. So the way that our current system works is called SWIFT. And SWIFT basically, like, think about buying a house, right? So once you buy a house, it takes some time for your money to clear, to verify that the funds exist, that the funds are there. It'll take like maybe, I don't know, from 3 to 5 business days on your side and 3 to 5 business days on the side of the person who sold you the house. Well, enter blockchain, right? So with blockchain, you have consensus and trust in like seconds or minutes, right? And imagine Ripple giving you this trust, this consensus in seconds and minutes, okay? So imagine now being on an old system where it's going to take you maybe 3 to 5 business days on both sides to try to make a transaction happen. Naturally, you're going to want the system that makes you have business consensus in minutes, right? So this is happening. Whether it's tomorrow, 2 days from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, it's happening because this system is better. It's better for business. It's going to make things way more efficient for the billionaires to have their money work. Okay. So crypto's happening. It just is happening.
Fantastic.
And, let me know if that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions about LCX or Ripple.
I like the fact that you mentioned, right, that you know the trajectory, right? And whether it's days, months, or years, right, you want to be there first. Because this is the problem that I've had with people when it comes to investing, right? I've been investing since I was 18 years old. And that's the reason why I've been able to amass the wealth that I have now. So, for example, right, I invested in gold back when gold was $1,300 an ounce. And if you see, gold's at all-time high. I've been telling people to invest in gold for years now. Now, it took a while. It took longer than even I expected. I didn't expect gold to take this long to reach this high. I thought it would reach it here in 2020, right? But I knew where it was going. I didn't know when, but I knew where it was going. So I just doubled down on my investment. This is the type of forethought that people need to have, right? The older you get, the quicker time seems to move. Right? People think, oh, I want that money now. Like, if you know where the money is going, right, it's better to be too early than to be too late. So I just really like that forward thinking that you mentioned there, right? The fact that you know that the money's going there.
100%. And one thing that I can kind of show you guys, if I bring up Coinbase here. So the thing that has always been sold to us, right, is that cryptocurrency is this funny money. But it's never been funny money. It has always been kind of the plan for cryptocurrency to be up next. Now, I'm going to show you something that would go against your thought of what cryptocurrency is. So Coinbase, this is one of the biggest American exchanges, right? One of their initial investors is a American billionaire by the name of Tim Draper. If you come check out my channel, I have tons and tons of videos on this man. Tim Draper, he's a very, very, very wealthy man. He has companies in BRICS nations, like a cryptocurrency that I love to talk about called Swift. They're based out of China. He has another exchange called CoinDCX. It's based out of India to emerging markets, right? He also owns part of Robinhood, right? Which you think of it as an American stock exchange, but you can also purchase cryptocurrency on there, right? And they recently bought a European exchange, but I digress. But let's go ahead and hear Coinbase. So they were founded June 2012. Okay. Now, one of the initial investors in Coinbase, besides Mr. Draper, I just told you about here. Let me just search here to try to make it quicker. One of the initial investors in Coinbase was the New York Stock Exchange. Now, think about that. When you put it in comparison to what people tell you cryptocurrency is, would you ever think one of the first cryptocurrency exchanges had an initial investor of the New York Stock Exchange and an American billionaire? Would you think that?
Nope.
No, you would never ever think that. Man, I wouldn't think that the New York Stock Exchange, like just the amount of like who you would have to talk to get the New York Stock Exchange to invest in you, right? And I'm not even addressing this third one, which is the United States Automobile Association. Like, think about Ford and all of those like old money people. Yeah, them too. So let's just go look at Mr. Tim Draper for a second. And like I said, I have tons of videos on this man. Like I cannot even in 10 minutes tell you how like fundamental this guy is, right? But one of the things you'll notice about Tim Draper is he tends to do a lot of investing in kind of some Elon Musk stuff. So you can see Tesla, Twitter. So there seems to be SpaceX, this connection with Draper and Elon. Draper's father also has a huge connection with the Bush family. So there's just way too much to say in a quick amount of time about Draper, but to kind of give you a synopsis, many people have not heard about this guy. You hear so much about like a Warren Buffett and things like that, right? But look at this guy's most prominent investments: Baidu, Hotmail, Skype, Tesla, SpaceX, AngelList, SolarCity, Ring, Twitter, DocuSign, Coinbase, Robinhood, Ancestry.com, Twitch, Pretty Litter, Focus Media. So like this guy has so many great investments, but we almost never hear anything about him, right? Like just with Coinbase, Robinhood, and Tesla alone, you could almost call him like Michael Saylor and Kathy Wood wrapped into one person. But we never really hear too much about this guy. It's crazy. But So this level of person is the person who initially invested in Coinbase, along with the New York Stock Exchange. So I would say, you know, this is not financial advice or anything. This is just my opinion. If people were investing of this caliber were investing in cryptocurrency and Coinbase that early, then it was always a plan for cryptocurrency to be what it is right now, which is BlackRock, Fidelity, ARK Invest, and others now have cryptocurrency ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, Ethereum ETFs. This is not something anymore that's just like, you know, this thing that might just make it. It's made it, and it's going to continue to go, right?
Incredible.
That's my opinion.
So, question for Jam. So where's money going to in the future? Do you think AI, or something else? Well, what are you investing now, Jam, to set you up for 5 years, 10 years from now? It's finding very impressive that you started investing at 18. But so the future, where's it going in your opinion?
Okay, if you're asking about what I'm investing in right now, or maybe, okay, if I'm going to make one pick, I'll make one pick. I'll back gold for right now, because right now I'm not sure if you've seen gold at an all-time high, right? And that's something that I've been looking into and investing. I've been investing in gold passively for the past 5-6 years. And the last time gold hit an all-time high, if you don't recall, this is actually before I was even here, before I was even in my dad's you know what. That was when the Nixon detethered, right, gold. The dollar from gold, and then gold skyrocketed. And the only reason why gold ended up going down, right, ended up not going any further, was because they increased the interest rates to 20+%. I forgot who was the Fed chairman at the time, but he increased the interest rates so high that gold ended up feathering out. So that was when it was at its all-time high. All right, and that was when they increased interest rates to 20%. You can't even imagine them doing something like that in today's day. I mean, right now I think interest rate at 6-7%. You can't even imagine them tripling the interest rate to 20+%. It would cripple the economy. So that was them at the all-time. So that was them at the absolute peak. I think we're at the start. I think this is the breakout period. I think, so you mentioned bull runs. I think this is the start of the bull run right here. I think that gold can shoot up much, much higher. And then, you know, crypto as well, because crypto and gold have been somewhat correlative. So I can see crypto going up as well. But like I said, I don't know too much about crypto, so that's not my sector. But in terms of gold and silver, right, I think that this is the start. It's not the end, because the reason why gold ended up capping at 2,700, or actually was less than that, was because of the way that the Fed chair reacted, right, due to that all-time inflation. I mean, it's literally known now. We all know about the inflation of the 70s. They're not going to be doing that now. So what's going to be capping that? I don't think it's going to be capping whether we have Kamala or Trump. I mean, if we have Kamala, it's going to be even higher. But even with Trump, you're still going to see gains here. And I would even say a better investment, right, much cheaper, right, is actually silver. Because silver right now, I mean, last time I checked it, I don't, for me personally, I don't adjust my portfolio. I've learned to not check until like every quarter or every half year. That's when I make my adjustments. Because if you be checking every single time, you're gonna you gotta learn how to decouple yourself from that, man. Because if you keep looking, you're gonna make some bad trades. You see something go down, you're gonna keep adjusting. Don't do that. So I've learned to just check every quarter. So I didn't even know about this bull run until I checked last September, until September ended, because that was my third quarter review. That's when I noticed about the gold run. But silver is even cheaper than gold. If you check the price of silver back when you had that gold, look at the previous high, right, in the 70s, or I think it was early 80s and 1980, 1981. I might be getting my years wrong, but you can look it up. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Silver was much more expensive. Silver was like $50+. Right now, silver's only $34 an ounce. So I still believe gold is really cheap. I still think you can invest in gold. I mean, I'm currently buying gold as we speak. I just bought gold last week. So, and I've been buying gold since, like I said, it was $1,300 an ounce. So majority of my gold was when gold was under $1,800. But I'm still passively buying. But if you want to get it even cheaper, I would say silver is a very good investment. Silver is a very good investment. I'm a little bit mad about myself because I had to sell some of my gold, some of my physical gold, because I buy both virtual and physical gold and gold miner stocks and the junior miner stocks. I'm a big fan of all those things. But I had to sell some of my gold when I moved to Brazil, because I couldn't get back to my safe safety deposit in Delaware. I'm going to get back to that. Or I didn't really want to. I didn't want to drive all the way back, just come back and go to, I didn't want to do that. So I just ended up selling it. And I sold it for around $2,100. And now a couple months later, we're seeing it at all-time high. So, of course, it's all right. It wasn't the majority of my gold. It wasn't even 20%, but I mean, it would have been worth a lot more now if I sold it now. So that is my pick. Obviously, do your research, but I think if you do your research, you're going to come to the same conclusion that I am.
Do you buy? I'm guessing you buy gold coins, right? Or is it like gold watches or gold bars?
So I do buy gold coins, but now I don't, because I'm across the country or I'm across the border. I'm not gonna buy gold here. I'm not gonna trust to buy gold in Brazil. All right, but yeah, in the U.S. I did buy physical gold. You don't necessarily need to do that, although I do recommend buying some physical gold. Just in case in case there's some sort of 2020 happening again, you want to be able to have some of that. But you don't have to necessarily just buy gold. You can buy it through ETFs. You can buy it through companies, or you can buy it virtually and have people hold it for you. But I would start out, if I'm going to buy it first, I would start out having some physical gold first. Right, I ended up having a little too much physical gold, to the point where I had to get some insurance and stuff like that, because you never know, someone might come into your property, they steal stuff like that. So I recommend doing all avenues. I recommend buying the physical gold. I recommend buying it through companies. I recommend buying it on the stock market. All these avenues. I actually do all four.
Awesome. What gold ETF do you recommend? Name, ticker.
Okay, so here's the thing. I don't want to necessarily go into specifics. I mean, I'll tell you one, but I don't want to necessarily go into specifics because, when you give these picks, I know we say we don't give advice, but you know how this works, right? We say don't give advice, people look into it and they give advice. So I actually invest in the Schiff funds. I don't know if you know Peter Schiff. He's a venture capitalist, and he has his funds. I've invested in his funds. They've actually done quite well. They ranked, I believe, second, right, in that sector last year, and they're doing even better than they are this year. So I've been investing in his funds in terms of ETFs. I also invested in the Vanguard fund for the junior miners. What's it called? They're a little bit down now, but they're definitely higher. I'm still up from when I bought them. So those are the two main funds I invest in. But like I said, I think when you first start out, if you're very bullish on gold like I am, then definitely invest in what's it called, the companies, right? Invest in Birch, right? I think my boy just mentioned what's his name, Warren Buffett, and he invested a lot of money in Birch 2 years ago. So you can invest in Birch Gold, right? That's an app you can go into. And if you're even more bullish on gold, then you can invest in juniors, because the juniors will have a higher percentage value that they'll get back to you if they actually do recover the gold. So those are some avenues you can look into. But I would say if you're first starting out, if you've never bought gold in your life, just first buy the physical gold, right? Buy that, and then look into these other avenues, right? In terms of investing in companies, investing in ETFs, stuff like that. I would recommend ETFs first in individual companies, because it obviously spreads your risk. But these are all the ways that I personally invest.
Junior meaning JUNIOR, right? Junior gold miner.
Yeah, junior. So there's like what you call the old money, right? The big, like Birch is like, super big company, right? And they have their miners, and then there's also junior miners, which they're just smaller companies that also do the same thing. And it's more risky. However, if they do find gold, it'll be more profitable. So especially for the junior miners, unless you have an insight, I would recommend doing the ETFs because they spread the risk. But if you invest in juniors, it's going to be a little bit more risky, right? However, it's just, like I said, risk and reward. So it's more risky, but if they do hit, you're going to get more returns. But these are just avenues. All right, I invested in all of them. I invested in the big money, right? I invested in Birch. I invested in juniors. I have physical gold. Not only in Delaware, because I don't have it with me. I was afraid to fly with that because about Americans seizing assets. I was going to bring that with me. I wanted to. I looked into it, but there's just something called civil asset forfeiture, which means it's just that America's legally allowed to steal your money. So I don't travel with too much cash when I fly. So, but yeah, these are all avenues you can use. And like I said, look into silver, because compared to when this happened last time, when gold reached its previous high, silver is very cheap. I mean, silver was $50+ an ounce back when gold reached its previous high. It's nowhere near that. And you have to understand how much inflated the currency is now versus back then.
Awesome. Thank you, bro. Raul, crypto memory. So the days are looking bright. We're just being patient, but when it hits, it's gonna hit. And I'm sure we're gonna have a celebratory stream in the future, man. It's close, man. It's been a long journey. but I think we're almost there, man. So nice one, bro.
100.
Awesome. All right, I need to drop off. Thank you both, Jam and Roel. Awesome.
No problem. Thanks for having me. IP. Peace, guys.
Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. All right, brothers. Have a great week ahead. And I see you, brothers, on the next video. Peace out.